Okay, you're right.
Am I still jingling?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's making me uncomfortable.
We like the jingle.
Yeah, just jingle all the way. It's fine.
Do I look fat? All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. All right. You ready, Tommy?
Yes.
Hey guys, welcome to Layman's Terms Podcast, a place where we talk about really big topics using the smallest words possible. I'm Danny the bartender.
And I'm Tommy the trash man.
And together we're just two guys trying to explain the ever-changing world around us the only way that we know how. And today we have Marci back for a little revisit. But before we get started, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on iTunes, make sure you give a review, comment, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So we got Marci back. And if you don't remember Marci, she was in our Polyamorous and Glamorous episode, which I believe she still is polyamorous and also glamorous. But we just figured we'd revisit because I think things may have changed since we last spoke. And I don't know. Hey, Marci, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Hey,
good.
girl. Hey, girl.
Hey. I'm definitely still glamorous.
Are you polyamorous still?
Yeah, I guess. Like probably even more so in a different way.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is there another person in the relationship?
There's 8 people.
No.
Yeah, like
no.
Does it go? If there's a fourth into the relationship, how is it still polyamory or is it like polyamory?
Well, they just create their own economy.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it would still be polyamory, but there isn't. So don't get excited.
Oh, there's not a fourth.
Yeah. Not in our trio. No, there's not.
So there's a trio still.
Is the trio still existent?
So it's still there. It's just the dynamic has shifted a little bit. It's not always so much the three of us anymore as it is like me and him, me and her and him kind of a little bit. And then
same guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
That lucky motherfucker.
Yeah, wait, so who's not happy?
So I don't know, just when the three of us are together, it just gets weird sometimes. And it's like, it's just this process all the time, every day. It's like a thing that's challenging. And, I don't know, like it's.
Yeah. I didn't think about that, but saying that now, it's kind of like, it's hard enough to get like a good time to work it all out with one person.
Exactly.
Two. Yeah. Okay.
Two. And then also like there's me and her and him, like there's 3 relationships, right? 1, 2, 3. And then the 3. So there's 4 relationships altogether. That's a lot.
4.
Like like you said, well, it's like the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Me and him, me and her and him.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're saying that's the first thing you thought about. Now you're thinking about it. That's all I thought about the first episode. Like, like, I can't even get it together with one person.
Exactly.
Other people.
And so neither can we, but seemingly we are doing it 4 times. So that's always fun every day of my life.
So fill us in. What's the
well,
dirt?
I mean, I don't know. It's good. I don't know if we're just like in this, we haven't really talked about it a lot. So that's what's weird too. It's like almost easier not to talk about it, sometimes like a lot of other things in life. And I don't know, it's super, it just literally is different every day. Like the 3 of us will hang out, it'll be cool. Then the next day she's fucking mad at me because I looked at him weird and he's not talking to her because he doesn't like the way she ate her pie or something. And
wait.
Actually
pie. Are we talking about pie? Seriously.
I don't know.
That's exactly what I thought.
I'm gonna let you decide. It sounded like a good food to fit in. You know what I mean? It's just, it's always different. And it's just, I don't know, man. Like we're at this weird age where we're like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, are we all going to be together? Like, are there children happening? Or are we going to, are we doing this for fun?
And I don't know, I can't speak for you, but I also feel
neither
like,
can I.
Well, I feel like at the same time, you don't seem like fully committed to, let's say, polyamory in a sense. You are, but at the same time, it seems like both of you guys, at least the girls, seem to have, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't speak for her, but like I've seen posts where she's like, how to find the right guy or something. And I'm thinking like, don't you have a guy?
And I text her and I go, hi.
Yeah. Hey.
Like, I know I have boobies, but I'm still here.
No disrespect to you. I mean, she's a great girl. I'm just saying, I see a lot of that stuff.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Like I'm sorry, this is just, I feel like I want to have something more exciting to say, but like the three of us have like hooked up a little bit. I think maybe twice altogether, like this year, 2021. So it's probably been more of like individual hooking up, but we all have hung out a little bit together. I don't know. It's just, I think none of us know what we're doing.
Yo,
everyone's like happy enough, I guess.
Did we talk about this on the last one? But when did you get tested for COVID?
Me?
Yeah, remember you said you didn't have it and she had it or something. She's got the fucking antibodies.
She got tested and had antibodies. So I'm thinking there's no way that she had it and I didn't have it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I didn't get tested until this past weekend because there was like a scare at my new job, which is hilarious because it's part of the reason I didn't want to just be like, yeah, let me go get a new job. And the fucking minute I do, they're like, someone's got COVID and it's the guy that trained you for 7 hours. I'm like, great.
Yeah. Great.
But none of us had it, which is weird. So did he really have it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I don't know. Have you been tested? Have you guys done that?
I just, when you said that you didn't have it, I was like, well, I don't have it.
Well, why would you have it? When's the last time you saw me?
Yeah, when we were, I'm in my house. Who gave it to me?
I'm aware. I don't think that you leave your house. Actually, I've had multiple conversations with people that we know mutually. And like, you know, I don't know. I'm like worried about
people talk about me like, I think
I have this feeling that you're like, when you do leave your house, you're in this like fucking like war, like gas mask thing.
No.
With like those, I'm imagining that's what you're wearing when you leave your house.
No, do you know how I am when I don't know if you've ever, I was having this discussion the other day with somebody, but I was like, see, I always say that there's like 3 different me's, and the me that just like goes to Royal Farms to get half and half, you wouldn't even know me on the street. I would. Yeah, that's true. But I just throw on like a fucking hoodie and put it over my face and I love it. That's the one thing I love.
I show this much of my eyes when I'm out in public. I'm like, I don't have to do anything.
I feel like because we're like, Tom, it's a very weird thing when you're a bartender. Like everybody knows me and Marci. I'm not trying to be like boastful, but I mean, isn't it annoying sometimes when you go out around here and it's like, oh fuck, here we go again.
Yeah, you walk down the street, you're like, I don't know who I'm gonna see. I think about it every time, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna look as homeless as fucking possible.
Yes, so that's what I do. I love it. And then when I go out with the mask on, have you ever been somewhere where you got the mask on and there's somebody right next to you that you know and they have no clue it's you?
100%.
You're like,
100%. It's like a game I play with myself.
Feel like a secret.
And usually I'm stoned too, so it's like extra fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. We're like in an elevator.
Yeah. I feel like you guys are both very distinct though. Like you have long hair for a guy and Marci's.
Oh, we know how to wrap that shit up.
Yeah, but both of you guys are like 6 feet tall. Yeah. So it's like you guys are both very distinct individuals that stand out in the crowd, I feel like.
Yeah, well, we've practiced walking like homeless people and stuff together. So you might mistake us for each other, but not for like ourselves.
Yeah, I was just thinking today too. I do miss working with you, Marci. We have so much fun.
I do too.
Oh my God.
Like, our boss won't let us work, bro. She's like, we'll open in March, now we'll open in April, now we'll open in September, now we'll open next year.
Did she move it again?
I'm just fucking around. And I get it. Like, and if she sees this, like, I love you. But I don't know. I get it. It's just, what sucks, like, you know, is just that it's St. Patrick's Day and we're at an Irish bar.
Yeah, but we're not going to open. It's crazy.
I have to work at my other new job. I work at doubles on Wednesdays and that's what day it is. And it's with this, like, I'm by myself during the day. I guarantee that I don't know what it's going to be like. And then at night I'm working with this like girl that talks faster than me. And
do you go home and go like, hey, I met this new girl at work. We should all bang.
No, well, it's, you know, what's funny. She actually knows her and she's also Jewish. So it's funny. We're like both like these Jews behind the bar, but she's just like, she's a lot, bro.
Well,
you know how you follow us around behind the bar.
Jewish girls are a lot to handle.
Yeah, but I'm like pretty chill. I think she needs to smoke some weed. I might slip her some gummies in her.
No, but I just love to like in the bar
That's
business.
All she drinks.
In the bar business, what's funny is like you have to go through like Tom. Imagine if you got shifted over to another department, like not another department, but like if they just moved you to a different region, the guy would probably talk to you like, you know how this goes. You just fucking do this, do that. For us, I feel like every time I go and get a new job, the person training me in, it's like their 3 days to like they don't need to teach you anything, but it's their 3 days to let you know, like, I'm important. and here's how I do shit here. And here,
So can I actually tell you, like, it's crazy. So they haven't been open this whole year. They haven't been open since last March because they renovated this place. And the first day they opened, the morning of, was my first day.
Oh, nice.
And I was being trained by this guy. And I walk in, I'm like, what's up? Are you whatever, so-and-so? And he's just like, yeah, like he has no idea what he's doing either. So we kind of did that. And then it was the weirdest day of my life. I almost walked out 17 times. I was like, where the fuck am I? And then I worked that night. They're like, here's a drawer, do your job. And I left with money. And then guess what else? Yes, last week was my second week. I trained someone.
Oh, nice.
I trained a bartender.
Nice.
So it's pretty interesting.
Well, that's always fun though, because at a new job where everybody's like that, you don't have I guess you don't have what I was just saying. Like there's always like the person trying to establish their territory.
No, there's these 3 people that have worked there for 30 years each. And they're awesome. Like one of them hired me, like they've worked there since they were in high school, and they're fucking great. And they just hired all these like girls to work too, because there's a bunch of like old men. So
that's why I love if I ever get a hold of like a trainee on like the 3rd day or something after he's been trained or something. When they come to me, I go like, yeah, just pay no attention to anything. You listen to anybody, just fucking do whatever you want. It's not how it works.
Well, that's what I just do whatever I want until they tell me not to.
Like I just spend that day making fun of the 2 people that train the guy. but anyway, back to sex. So Tom, have you had any sex yet this quarantine?
No, not the whole quarantine. I have not.
And quarantine to you is March 16th, or like what is that? What this is March 16th or like last year?
Yeah.
Tommy's gonna blow somebody away. Whoever gets that, they're just gonna be stuck to the wall afterwards.
Well, no, I mean at this point, I feel like I'm just gonna become a monk. Like. I just want to go to Tibet and just be like, get away from the world. I'd be like, dude, I'm already a boarding end version, so I might as well just go all out.
See, I imagine Marci's life is complete opposite of that. It's just like,
what's the opposite of that?
There's
like you need like a whole team cleaning your apartment and shit.
Yeah, it gets a little messy sometimes. There's a lot of towels involved.
Yeah.
Like usually I wake up and like every towel I own is on the bathroom floor. It's very strange.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of towels.
My sex life is pretty simple. It's just like, oh, we're finished. That's it. Grab a napkin. It's
At least
over.
you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, let's do this. All right, see ya.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm probably, to be honest with you, like, I mean, you know me, I haven't been in a relationship in a fucking long time. So, I mean, it's probably a blessing in disguise, especially I'd be sitting there like Tommy, like, I mean, and I'm not making fun of you, Tom. I'm just saying, what do you do? Like you said, I don't go out. Where, let me ask you a question, Marci, seriously, because I don't go out. I don't go anywhere. I don't go fucking nowhere.
No, I've been looking for you.
But what am I supposed to do besides come visit you?
Well, you can take a walk.
I mean, I do that. I took a walk in the fucking snow the other day with the dog, and I was like, that was fun.
Weirdest time to take a walk, Dan.
That's like what I wanted. It gave me a reason to go out.
Missed the sunshine.
I invited you when I was on vacation a couple weeks ago to come down here and get out of the house, just spend the night.
He's not doing that. I can't even get into my apartment. I live 2 streets away.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, like get out of the house, come here. We'll go out. I'll treat you guys to dinner. You know.
Well, you know what? And Tom, listen,
are you trying to bang his girlfriend? Is that what's going on?
No, the main thing is
no.
No, but the main thing is like I offered that to the girlfriend, and you know, I don't know. It's just it's the other thing too is I miss Philly and I want to go down there and stuff, but my truck it's a truck. I bought it just to work on the house and get me from A to B, and that thing has got me way more from A to B, but it's not an enjoyable journey. Like, you know how people like to get in their car, put the fucking music on, dude. Right. My car, like I don't even have a fucking radio in it because from the accident or whatever. But
you can take my car.
All right.
You just gotta blow in it.
Do you still have that? Okay, good. Because I was gonna bring that up.
I sure do.
Yo, so Tommy was saying that he wanted to have a friend on, which was still probably Will, who is, you know, talk about like DUIs and stuff. And I don't want to necessarily spoil that possible interview, but Marci, I was telling Tommy that you're going through the same thing right now. So how many
well-versed Tommy.
how many DUIs have you had?
I have had what they call 2 DUIs.
Oh, I thought it was 3.
Thank you so much for thinking that I'm capable of that. But
you should have had
it's
8.
2. And I spaced them almost 10 years apart. It's
Oh,
like an art
nice.
form.
But so
It's
what?
like an art form.
But so what happened? You got away with murder, right?
I didn't kill anyone. No, I didn't kill it. Let's not twist this.
Well, and
that I'm aware of.
And for censorship, I can't even talk. This bourbon's starting to catch up to me. Censorship issues. One thing that I learned from some other podcasters, they weren't saying the actual virus. They were saying COVIVI.
Oh,
Look at that. Somebody was thinking ahead.
What's that mean? What is that? What is that? I don't understand.
Well, instead of the actual virus,
well,
they were saying COVIVI.
Marci might not understand this, but there's a crazy amount of censorship going on in the world right now.
Oh,
and so
you can't even say that.
Like, for example, the one that freaked me out the most that Tommy said was, people make fun of let's not get into politics, but the simplest one to say is, how people say, like, when they're trying to go like to energy efficient, they say, well, these people can just learn to code. It's like the negative content of like telling some guy who used to work on an oil field that he can always get another job. So the term learn to code like you can't say it. I just said it.
You lost me so long ago. I have no idea.
Well, the bottom line is there's very simple terms that you can't say, and they
I'm going to say everything
you.
I say now as a code, and I'm going to see how much you guys can just
well, sex is great to talk in code. You can say anything.
You can't say the S word.
No, but I mean, you can go like I'm going to
call it lollipop.
I'm going to put some cream in that coffee. You can say it about anything.
Well, that's because that's how. Yeah. Sure. Okay,
let's
do it.
Sex. Oh, everybody loves sex.
So, Tommy, let's talk about this.
Yes.
What
so
you
I
been
haven't.
Doing?
So just hanging out with my dog on my couch and watching a ton of Netflix. Dating is
anything good?
Well, wait a minute. We were just talking about sex, and then we went to. Yes, actually, I just finished Vikings, which I keep talking about, and which I absolutely loved.
Okay.
But
you mean Vivi?
Vivi, yes.
Well, Marci just finished a couple of VVs, if you know what I mean, too.
A couple of little.
She had a couple of Vikings over. Forget it.
I'm
Jesus
confused,
Christ.
but I probably did.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you drinking Guinness or coffee? Did you lie?
I have 7 drinks here, just like I do at work. I gotta.
I'm just
Guinness.
not there to throw them all out. Danny puts shit like on shelves, and I just take it all and I throw it all.
But they don't realize I got one for every section.
Like,
I got one for every section I'm in, and Marcia comes to me. Is this your drink and that's your drink down there?
Sections. Well, like, 2 days later, he's like, "Did you throw away my soda?" I'm like, "No, I didn't throw away your soda a week ago, Danny. Stop it." But I did.
Wait. Are you drinking out of the bottle?
Yeah. I figured the wine was making noise too.
Tom, this is why I love this woman.
Well, I did tell her. I did tell her to, because I thought it would be even hotter. For
yes, Daddy.
Whoever's watching. I mean, seriously.
Oh yeah.
It's actually really good. Oh, I can't show you that, but this is really good wine.
Nothing says party.
I'm just.
Nothing says party like drinking out of a bottle. I would do the same.
True.
Like, I have a bottle of bourbon right here that I keep dumping into but I can't
drink it.
Can't do it.
Bottle buddies. We can cheers like that.
Yes. There you go. Cheers.
Well, no, that's unacceptable.
Oh, there it is.
Fine.
Yes.
And for any of our viewers, I'm actually having a beer. I never drink, and I'm having one, so stuff might get wild. I'll be taking clothes off and shit.
Because I can't just have one.
Yeah, I was pre-gaming. He did, you know what though, viewers? He did have to ask his girlfriend permission, which I am extremely embarrassed for Daniel for that. That was.
She has the fucking padlock to the refrigerator. I have to ask.
I'm not gonna lie, like, she's kind of scary sometimes in a really pretty way.
Yeah. Pretty to you, I guess.
You're so pretty. I mean, she is. Let's be real. She's fucking hot.
She is, and that picture that you posted the other day.
I love that picture. That's my favorite picture.
You guys like a professional photography? Like, what is
that?
Yeah,
it was us going like this in front. Look, here's the thing. it looks like professional photography because of her. You take her out of it, and I'm the worst. Fucking
You look good. You
the
look
number,
good, kid.
yeah. Well, if we ever get any real popularity, I'm gonna fucking get a logo, computer graphic over my fucking forehead for every episode.
Well, stop doing that.
No, I got this giant ass forehead, and nothing I can do about it. Look at it. You can play fucking movies.
When
on
you
that
make
thing.
wrinkles like that, it shows it off even more.
Yeah. Just get whatchamacallit, the injections.
No,
Whatever
I'll
they-
teach you.
Oh,
how
is
to
that how
keep
they
your
inject
face.
stuff, Tom? I guess.
You just go like this. Just go like that.
Oh,
Marci, why does your skin look like flawless? Do you?
Yeah, I don't have Botox, but it's because I trained my face how to stay still like this.
do you
Is it-
really?
I've been practicing. You just go like you have to relax it.
Well, that's the thing that people don't understand about women is
Like when I have a wrinkle, I'm like,
but
they're there.
I
Yeah, but
always
you're
used to-
also you're also younger too. Me and Danny are
Thank you
a little
so
bit
much.
old.
I'm not that much younger than you, but we'll leave it at that.
I mean, I'm 40, so
I don't know how old you think I am.
I thought you were like 34.
I am 35.
She's
but
26
That's
now.
not that much younger
Okay.
than you.
Well,
You know, we
yeah.
like watched the same shows when we were kids, probably.
dude,
Yeah.
that's my favorite thing to do at a bar. You know that? Whenever like there's three
Talk
chicks
about
hang-
step by step.
yeah, well, that's
'Cause that's
who
what I've been
doesn't?
doing lately.
Who doesn't talk about step by step? I don't even
Yeah.
know what step by step is. It's a show, right?
Oh, then I
Yeah.
guess you are a little older. than me.
well,
Who's in step by step? Is that Ricky
Suzanne
Schroeder?
Summers and Patrick Duffy with the kids.
Yeah.
Is one of the kids Ricky Schroeder?
I don't know what that means, but it was on TGIF.
I was trying to get Ricky Schroeder to do it.
my
You
first
can't
thing.
say that name.
Oh yeah,
my
Arky Snarky.
My first thing though, when step by step, I thought of New Kids on the Block.
Oh, sorry.
Step
I
by
just finished the
step.
series, so.
Ooh, baby.
Step to
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
the girl.
There you go.
My favorite one is when I look at you something on a magazine. Oh, 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 oh. Remember the fucking dance in the bowling alley? Oh no, that was Right Stuff. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
You guys are older than me, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't like New Kids
Yeah.
on the Block?
I do. I love them. I do.
But you watched TGIF, so
Especially when they were on Full House.
They were on Full House.
They were on Full House.
Literally at least 2 to 3 times. What have you guys been doing? You've been home this whole time watching Netflix and you're not watching these shows. I'm going to send you a list.
I'm
You know what I
not-
just started? You know what I just
I thought
started?
Jews
Family
don't like to
Matters.
make lists.
I make so many lists. Is that a joke?
No.
It's an awful Jew joke because it's not true.
All right, we'll cut it out. We'll cut it.
No, I'm joking. I'm just saying, of course, Jews make lists.
That's right.
Is that
Anyway,
is
let's
that-
talk about sex, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
we got.
talk about. Remember that?
Well, I
song?
don't want to exploit your sexuality and trying to like fucking
You're not. I don't
sway
know.
it all around.
I
Wish-
literally,
wish you
I
did.
literally put on the pod or my Instagram page, like we're having Marci on, to talk polyamory. So
Yeah, like I'm here to talk about whatever you want, bro.
Dude, after the last episode, I was over her house and she was like, "Look at this," and she pointed in the fucking thing.
I showed him
And
all the dildos. Didn't
There
I?
was the giant. There's like a dildo. It was like a
wasn't
fucking.
it? Wasn't
yeah.
it like stuck on the dresser? Was that?
Yeah, yeah, and
Because
then,
there's like a suction thing on the bottom of it. There's this big black one that I have, and there's a suction thing on the bottom. And for a while, I had it just. I was like trying to organize something, my underwear drawer, my dildos, I don't know. And I just stuck it on the top of the dresser and I left it there for a very long time.
nice.
And I
Yeah,
think
just
that
leave it
was
there.
sticking
Then you
up.
have friends over. Like that's what I would do
Well,
if
my
I had a
mom has
big
been over
dildo
since,
like
so I
that.
tucked it.
Dude, how great would it be if you came over and I just forgot there's just a giant dildo stuck on the fucking mirror in the bathroom. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, help yourself.
Well, I would definitely have a lot of questions about why it would be on the mirror in the bathroom.
Well, that's why you
is that
do
because
it.
you don't want to lose it, or
Yeah.
oh,
No, dude, I'll tell you. the
great
be-
idea.
My when I was with my dad in a halfway house, and one of the fucking funniest things when I was a kid, my dad went around the fucking halfway house because there was a new guy and they were like breaking in the new guy, and my dad was like looking at me winking because he would always do that before he did something, and he went around and he's saying, "Where the fuck is it?" And he kept saying it, and you see the other guys giggling, so I'm like, okay, there's something funny going on here. And there's a new guy like fucking all scared and shit, probably just got out of prison on crack or something. And my dad's like, I know you fucking did it. No, he looked at the guy. He's like, I know you fucking did it. And he just kept saying to him, I know you fucking did it. And the guy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And my dad left the room, came back, and he said, I'm giving you fucking 2 minutes. If I don't go in my room and that big black dildo isn't back in my top drawer.
I love that. I feel like I would
Oh,
have loved your dad.
yeah, he was cool
Sounds
until
like, my
he
kinda
till,
guy.
till he smoked crack. No, I'm
You
just
know.
kidding. He liked heroin.
That's the underlying
Anyway.
theme. Don't smoke crack, guys.
Crack is whack.
That is definitely, Tom. We got to add that in. We
I've
got
heard
don't read
crack
the
is whack.
books and don't smoke
Just don't
crack. That's a
fucking
good way to
smoke
end this.
crack.
Yeah, that's a good way to sign off. Hey,
It's like
guys.
not that hard though. It's not that. It's like, you know what I mean. Like it's not that hard. To
Yeah,
not
that's
smoke
something.
crack, so.
I mean, I never smoked crack before in my life, but I
I
actually,
believe you.
Well, there's drugs.
Yeah.
Listen, there's drugs that are like, I mean, there's a reason why they call them recreational drugs, because you could either not partake or partake, but it doesn't ruin the party. But if you're at a party and some guy's like, hey, anybody want to smoke some crack?
Let's pass around this pipe, and then everybody in the party's like,
Yeah.
everybody in the party's doing this.
But those kind of drugs, the reason, like the thing about those kind of drugs is like see, recreational drugs, you want to smoke weed, you want to be around people. If you snort coke or something, you want to be around people, whatever. When you get into smoking crack, I'm assuming, and heroin, there are things where like you want to go lie under a bridge and fucking be by yourself, and they're like very alone drugs, Well,
do coke, don't smoke crack.
There was a doctor that was just on Joe Rogan who was, a big advocate of drugs. And his big thing is he's like, dude, I love doing a couple lines of heroin and like just hanging out with my old lady.
Was he a black dude?
Yeah.
Is he the
Did
teacher?
she do it as well?
He's a teacher, yeah.
Okay, I just read an article about him. He loves nothing more than having a couple of lines of heroin and sitting by the fireplace, he said, after work.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I'm really productive. And not only that, like he mentioned, he was like, I get more, like the next day after drinking is much worse than after a night of doing a couple lines of heroin.
I got to tell you, the first thing I'm thinking about if I'm doing lines of heroin is not about how I'm going to feel the next day. Just because maybe it's because I haven't done heroin, but I'm just thinking about what it's going to be like when I do it. But I also wonder if his wife does it with him.
Well, here's the thing about those kind of drugs, though. See,
it's the kind of shit I think about.
See, here's the thing with those kind of drugs. Not that you can't.
And I hope he's okay.
Not that you can't get like this on any drug, but I think what makes like heroin and crack different than other drugs is when, like I said, like there's recreational drugs and then there's crack and heroin. And I think the thing is yeah, that's great. You can do a couple lines of heroin, you can do whatever. But if I don't know what the line is, and since we said my dad again, I'll bring him up. One of the fucking smartest things he ever said to me when I was a kid was, and I was young when he said it, but he basically looked at me one day and he said, there's two kinds of people in the world, those that can snort cocaine and those that can't. You know what I mean? And the way I took that was like, hey man, if you can do it, you can do it. But I think it's also something that not everybody understands whether they can or can't, You can get away with having a couple of fucking drinks and maybe making a fool of yourself and going through the process of learning that maybe you can't drink. But if you fucking go down that road with like heroin or crack, I don't know if you can come back. So
Danny, too, when your dad said that though, was that your moment? You were like, I'm going to be one of the people that can.
I was like,
you're like, I know that
I never did
one of those other people.
Marci, I never did any kind of drugs. I was a drinker. I didn't like weed.
I met you when you were a drinker. I recall.
Yeah.
You were so fun. He was so fun.
Tell Marci. When I first see Marci, I jumped over to the bar and was like, I'm going to suck that asshole.
Is that what happened? I actually don't remember that, but.
I walked over and I said, you're one of the most beautiful girls I ever seen in my whole life.
I have to tell you, actually, the first moment I did walk into that bar ever, like, I didn't even work there yet. I just walked in. Danny's standing there and it's like, you're wearing a blue shirt. You were managing. Your hair was short. I remember when.
Yeah.
But you were like, I was like, well, I walked up through the door, up the stairs, and you were like, hey. Like, you just immediately were like, hey.
What's up, girl?
And I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
And
and then right when she walked by,
where it all began.
Right when she walked by, the next girl that came up, I was like, "What's up, baby?"
Great. That's fucked up.
I do.
What a time to tell me that.
I do the same thing, although it's with 65-year-olds.
Nice.
Oh yeah. How's that going?
Damn, yo, you ain't got. You only like 90% gray, yo. Damn, girl, you still got a streak in you.
How are the old alkies? So that do they all have the cocoa?
Well, no. So everything's still locked down.
Okay.
So I just help out on Sundays to prepare their food.
Mm.
Tom,
Yeah.
do they get wild? For anybody that doesn't know, that doesn't understand this, Tommy is a bartender at a nursing home, which is one of the fucking greatest things to say in a sentence.
Remember we talked about this last time? I was like
Yeah.
very interested, and I
Yeah, like-
actually still am. I feel rejuvenated with
Yeah.
a sense of passion for this topic.
We were talking about double-sided strap-on dildos, and then
We
I
were also
mentioned-
talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Marci was like, "Oh my God, stop! Hold the press. What are we talking
Yeah.
about here?"
I was like, is there triple sided?
Like,
She
do
was-
they flirt and do they fuck?
Yeah,
I need
like
to know
where
everything.
is this
Yeah.
retirement home?
Legit,
Oh,
I
yeah.
still don't understand it or know.
No,
I
but-
think
but
it's for you
Tom,
not
like-
to know.
We all know that freaky shit goes on at the nursing homes, but
Oh yeah.
when you open up, is there still like is there like a girl where you're like, I can't give her more than 2? Or
Oh,
do
yeah.
they
Oh, yeah,
do they
yeah. No, absolutely.
They
There's
get
definitely-
wild.
It's amazing.
they're like,
They
come
don't-
here,
they don't-
young stud.
What does she sound like?
Like an old man. Like I don't know what that was. Come here.
Come here, Tommy.
Come here, Tommy.
Yeah, that's exactly how
And
they
she's like,
sound.
Yeah.
here.
No.
Let me
That's so
see what
hot.
it let me see what a young bird looks
Danny,
like.
we should dress up and go and see if Tommy fucking recognizes us. Like, we'll
Yeah,
get him somehow.
go in like 2 old
All right.
people. Give us
After
that
Coco,
shot
obviously,
there,
but-
Tommy.
Let's not give away too many voices. Okay.
Yeah. No. So they're still locked down, but they are building a new bar. So construction is
God. I
so
wasn't expecting that at all.
construction is underway,
We're expanding.
and they are going to build like a brand new state of the art bar. Because
It's
again, like,
insane.
yeah, because like I said, I was in like a lounge area. So like they had some tables, they had a couch with TV. And now like I said, it's going to be a state of the art bar.
Like a nightclub?
Well, I mean, I don't know about nightclub because technically we're probably closing at like last calls at like 8:30.
Well, you can
So-
start early.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't anticipate
Yeah.
that there's going to be many more, people that are coming in and hitting on me, but there's definitely been a few old, people that have been a little flirtatious, and you're like, oh wait,
They're probably very confused in these times, as we
Yeah,
all
I'm
are.
growing. If I was drinking and working there, I'd probably bang them.
well, they would probably, well, I don't know.
And
I
you
mean,
too.
Yeah.
There's certainly a few of them that probably would take you up on that, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yo,
I like
Silver
to you say, like,
Fox.
if you like, what the fuck is like 80-year-old Sally doing that she's not gonna like fuck Danny, or like the John 89?
Oh,
is not
dude,
gonna fuck,
but
like,
how
what do you mean
horrible
some
would
of
that
them?
be?
Like, what the fuck are they doing? I'd be
How
like,
horrible
okay,
would that
and
be
like,
if you were trying
I'm
to
good.
bang them?
Yeah, like, I'm good. Thank you
Well,
so
wait.
much. I have to go take a nap.
How bad would you?
Can I
how,
join you?
I would bang you, but my dialysis is at 12 o'clock.
I'd be like, that turns me on.
how bad would you feel if she said no?
That's what we're saying. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that
They're
would be
turning
horrible.
us down, and that's where I'm kind of
Ah, it's
Like
hard.
I haven't gotten laid in a year because of COVID, and then
well,
I
you
get,
know, you
yeah.
always have your Sundays.
and
It's the home.
yeah, and then I get turned down by an 80-year-old. That I might as well just end it all.
I
Yeah, but
feel
you
as though
think-
you should try it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
would go for
well-
it. Fuck
well-
it.
well,
You only
and-
it once.
You don't have to
I-
tell anybody. We just know it happened.
Could you? And then he gets fired for it, and he has to tell people that. Hey, why
Well,
you lose
then,
your job?
we would know. And we would know
yeah.
why, but we don't. have
No
to talk about it.
fraternizing
No.
with the guests.
Well, that's the thing. Like I have no exposure to them anymore.
Oh,
Exposure is
dude.
such a hot word
Yeah.
right now, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
Exposed.
Yeah.
There's
Tommy
no-
work. Tommy works with his shirt off and a bow tie on.
yeah.
And he's like, Expo-po, guys.
Suddenly Marcy's like Madonna, like
Oh, with the shaking.
yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying, like she's expose.
Oh,
Expose.
Oh,
Like I was thinking of
expose.
I was thinking of
Yeah.
do you remember the Madonna song "Justify My Love"?
justify my love.
So
Is
like
that how it went, or is that just how you're gonna sing every song?
It did kind of go like that, though.
Justify my love.
Yeah.
Like that.
yeah, that was pretty hot.
Justify my love.
Oh, okay.
Imagine if there's like any what's that ASMR?
Oh yeah. I don't know what it stands for, but I know what it is.
It's
Wait,
like
what's-
sound. It's like people that get off on sounds.
Okay, sorry, hold please. I know we're talking about sexy stuff and getting off,
Yeah.
getting OO, but it's also like to fall asleep and stuff.
Oh,
Did you know that? It's like people are like, and now, and they're like whispering thing, and they're like, hey, or whatever, or they're like chewing, or they're like cutting like fucking paper, weird shit. Like there's like tapping, nail tapping and stuff.
But so I thought it was
I'm interested
more
in the ones that, I know more about the other one than that one.
I want to make one where like right when you know you kind of got them asleep, you go like, now,
and now
no, and then right when you get there, you go like, hey, you mind if I ask you something about politics?
You're like, and by the way,
hey, now that I got you here all by yourself, you mind if I ask you something?
Danny's like, now that I have you all worked up and like I'm talking all sexy. What
did you vote for Trump?
Tell me your deepest, darkest thoughts about Trump.
Yeah.
The big old Donald. Yeah, let me know about that.
And then afterwards I'll suck your dick.
But seriously though,
Marci,
like,
you left. Where'd you go?
I'm here.
But that's
my phone
like,
is all crazy.
I had no idea what any of that is, but it's I thought it was all more of like a very seductive tone, like a low.
It is, but it's also like supposed to be calming and meditative, I think.
I would say just like anything, somebody's gonna fuck it. Like somebody's, you know what I mean? Like just like anything else, like sports cars are just for sports cars, but people fuck them. So
I mean, I know
they do.
I have so many things to Google after this.
I mean, all right, that was an extreme. That was an extreme version. That was an extreme.
Who's fucking a sports car?
Dude, you never seen the episode of like fucking? There's people that marry their cars and shit.
I read a story about a lady that married a building, and I was like, then I started Googling her, and I started Googling the building, and I was like, I need to know everything.
Yeah.
Is it building the next part of your relationship? Like, do you think that's gonna happen?
There are a lot of doors that can be opened.
Yeah.
Especially in 2021 during the times of Coco.
Dude, but have you had any? Have you had any outside of your, like, are there other? Maybe you don't want to talk about it. Maybe that doesn't. Like, put it this way: have you guys reached outside of your box together yet?
No pun intended.
Together.
Yeah.
Pun. Okay. Together. No.
So there's been no.
But can you say that? Because I'll cut it out.
Together, no, we haven't. Like we haven't.
Are you allowed to do other people?
I mean, the word "allowed" is pretty like. Serious,
well, then should I not?
But I guess
editing this podcast.
I guess to be honest, like no. If I was like, yo, I fucked some dude, like Kara would probably kill him.
So should we not be talking about this?
No, I don't give it. It's fine. No. We're totally good. If I get uncomfortable, I'll do some ASMR.
Just jingle.
It'll be like our code.
If you get uncomfortable, just jingle all your
I'll
shit.
go like this. And then that it's time to shut it back up. Did you see it?
Yeah.
But it might be the other eye. So just take them both in.
Our YouTube viewers will love it. Like, what the fuck is she doing?
I'm doing a new ASMR. No, I mean, not together. No. Kara and I have talked about in the future, like, or now doing things with other guys. And we've also talked to him about doing that if he sucks and if we leave, and him and I doing it if she sucks. And I don't know what they talk about. Apparently, like, no one's trying to leave me, but maybe they're just not telling me. So we'll leave it at that, I guess. But to collectively, no, we haven't reached out. Well, we've talked. So before I met them, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, like they went to a sex club, and we like, and they're not open now. And so I would like love to go do that.
Well, when I first met,
that would be so fun. He doesn't want me and her to go by ourselves. Absolutely not. And I was like, dude, you're short. Like, relax.
Dude, my first interaction, my first interaction with your girl was, everybody was like, Marci's, like, I remember when it was like, Marci's banging, Marci's doing this, Marci's doing that.
Whispering that? I like.
Oh yeah, behind your back. They're
like,
what a fucking dirty pig.
Oh, no, like said that. I think people were like, I wish
I'm only kidding. No, me and you talked about it where, it was like, hey, and how another individual that works with us was like intrigued by it all and shit. And so, there was just the the talk of like, you know, it was like meeting your, it's not like we were talking shit, but it was like meeting your boyfriend, but only it was two people.
Sure.
You know what
and
I
then
mean?
you met him, and then you met all of us together. And it's weird because that was such a different time than we're in now too. So it's like, I would be like, yeah, she's my girlfriend. And then I couldn't like say that.
Well, me and Marci,
like, not that I couldn't say it, but I just didn't like, the words couldn't come out of my mouth.
To fill Tommy in, me and Marci were talking a lot when she was going through her divorce. We were like, you know, as friends, I mean, and it was like, you know, this is what what I was just about to say was
twins.
When you were talking about like them talking about you and stuff. And I think me and you were on the same page. The only difference was you were in a relationship, but you knew you were going to be out of that relationship. And basically, when, you know, I don't think you give a shit if people are talking about you. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like,
I
we're
don't.
so
I mean,
over
I do like
all
to think that they're
of,
not, but if they are, then like,
but
I
so,
don't know, yeah, just don't
but
do that,
but so we were talking.
I'm sad.
What I thought was so great was that you were like, you went from being like, oh God, I'm just going to be single. I'm not fucking doing nothing.
Did I say that ever?
Yeah. And then you turned around and you're like, by the way, I'm a lesbian. And then I'm like, oh, she's a lesbian. And then like a week later, you were like, I'm polyamorous and I have a boyfriend and a girlfriend. And then you remember, I think I asked you, I was like, but I was so confused because I'm like,
do they know about each other? And I was like, yeah, they're actually been dating for a year.
But so when I first met Kara, if I could say her name,
we already have, and she love it.
She was at the bar, and I'm like at a distance, kind of like waiting for a moment to kind of.
Danny's standing at the other side of the bar like this. Like waiting
everybody.
To be allowed to come over. He's like all the way down.
I don't blame.
I was like, you may enter.
But I came over
like,
because she was having a conversation, and I remember thinking in my head like, I don't want to like be weird and be like, oh hey, and I was standing by the bar, and she's telling a story to Kieran, and I'm listening.
Kiki.
And she's like, yeah. So then I was at the swingers club, and like this guy put his dick through a hole, and I started sucking on it. And then I was like, wait, what?
And I'm like,
yeah. And you know me, like 10 seconds later, I'm like, I'm getting in this conversation.
Yeah. And he's like, anyway, and I'm now pinned against service bar.
Yes. Tell me more about these dicks and holes.
And I was like, excuse me, can I please move? Excuse me.
But yeah, so she's a real nice girl, Tom. Anyway. So you never did that kind of shit yet, Marci? Where you just like sucked a random dick through all glory hole?
No, so, I mean, I thought about it, and again, it's on the list. Have you?
Probably when I was drunk back in the drinking days.
Glory holes are so much more in like movies than they actually exist. I mean, I've never personally seen one. Yeah. Wait, did I see one? I was in Central Park. I feel like I saw a hole. I don't know. Maybe I just. Between two stalls.
I feel like with me, I'd have to like bang on the thing from the back. Hey, you see that right there? It's right there to your left.
Glory holes, are they still a thing? And can you do that during Coco?
And let's be honest, there's nothing glorious about it. It's not a glory hole.
While they do it.
There hasn't been any, as far as I know, there hasn't been any stories of Covivi transferring from a glory hole.
Yeah.
Like, add it to the Google list.
What if that was like a big
add it to the list?
What if that was a big headline? Like, and today, glory holes are the #1 cause of Covivi being spread all over the world.
We called it. It'll be our
politicians out there demanding glory holes all be closed up.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. They absolutely would. Only in democratic cities though.
But then they would make a thing like it's racist or it would be fucking sexist.
Yeah, they'd be like, why can't we just be consistent? Just one or the other.
Anybody who's against glory holes is a fucking.
And no matter what, wear a mask when you do it. Double mask if you have to.
All right, we keep getting sidetracked.
Double condom.
Marci.
Well, did you get that? Thank you.
We can't.
Danny, I'm always referring to sex. Always.
I know.
Get it together.
That's why we're
Danny,
friends.
you should do some ASMR. No.
Some ASM. Like, yeah, but then I'd cough or something in the middle. I'm like, and then they.
well, once you have a channel, they're like, oh my god, he coughed. Oh my god, he coughed.
Yeah. Give them what they want, Danny.
Rewind it. He coughed.
Yeah. See me talking to my agent. It's like, you gotta cough more, dude.
Hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah, man.
So I feel like Marci, what's going on with your relationship? I feel like you should be giving our listeners some relationship advice. So like during these So during these turbulent times in the relationship, like, how do you keep it together? I mean,
I smoke weed personally.
and that's how you just.
I'm not done.
Okay.
I smoke weed. I cuddle my cats, and you can't just cuddle one cat. You have to cuddle 3. So if you do one and it doesn't work, it's not my problem. And you also
I love how you're consistent. Like, you can't just have one person. You have to have
look
2.
at me go.
And you can't just have one
Anyone
cat.
that calls me Elia.
Yeah, like you can't just have one cat. You have to have 2.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something really fucking weird. This is about to get weird.
One pussy is never good enough for Marci.
That's right.
No, like literally. So sometimes I'm laying in my bed. This has been in my head more than once, and I hope I don't get arrested for this. But I will, like, one of the cats will be laying here, one's laying here, and like I touch one of them, like I have my hand on somebody's like butt, and then I have my hand like under somebody's like little tummy, and we're just laying, and I'm like, because they all also like the
are we talking about cats?
Talking about my cats. I'm talking about they need like equal attention, because if not, they'll fuck each other up. Yeah. Like if one of them's like looking across the room, like through like a fucking like fake tree, like you see like one eye and shit, like, and you're like, oh my God, like, are you watching me and Daisy cuddle? And then later she like tries to murder Daisy. So then I'm like, okay, I have to touch them both at the same time. And I'm like, I think this is just what I was meant to do. Yeah. Like, but it's weird because of the way I think about it with my cats. Like I think about it with the same way. It's very strange. It's like,
oh, you get the one eye from like, hey man, why you're rubbing her a lot?
Oh yeah, but so like sometimes I'll have like my foot on one of this hand and this hand, and I'm like, look at me.
Well, I'm
fucking meant to do this. Like it's like
you're a pussy whisperer.
But Marci, do you ever you know what's funny?
Thanks.
You're saying that, but this is something I've thought of recently. Where like, what if, like, if
cats don't want me to touch them like that, it's fine.
No, but if you're polyamorous, like, do you ever have the thought? See, if I don't know, you said you guys never reached outside you never brought anybody into the group, but like, what if they let you bring a dude?
I'm gonna take that back.
There was one.
Take that back. Okay, I'm gonna very politely tell this story, just in case. There is a human that one of us knows. She is a female, and she has. She's very close friends with one of us, and she has hung out with us a couple of times. Huh?
Is she friends with me?
No, you don't know her.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, really, you're not. Sorry. That doesn't mean she's not my friend, but you never know. Okay, so she has hung out with us a couple of times, and we've all ended up in the same place together, like someone's apartment, and there have been like shirts off and making out and different things. I'm not talking about this before. All right, I'll just real quick.
Just
so one time the 3 of us were at, like, there's this bar that we used to go to, and we called it our threesome bar, and it's right next to her apartment. And they came to meet, like we were all together, all 4 of us, and we were drinking Fireball because we're children, and drinking like wine and vodka and beer at the same time. So you know how that went. So then we all go upstairs and we're all whatever. And there was a moment in that evening when, for some reason, I was the only one completely naked. I don't know where he was. He was like over here. He probably had his pants off, touching himself, usual, as boys do.
Just
okay.
Doing it.
And imagine that on the couch,
like a cat,
likely seen. And then I'm on the edge of the bed, and I was completely naked. I'm the only one, like, nude. This one, Kara's over here, and she is straight fingering me. And this one is making out with me. So like, I guess we did do that. Does that count?
Yeah, that counts. But
it didn't like turn into a whole night of stuff. Like we did that, and I think she, like, her shirt was off, her bra was on, but she I don't think that she's a little younger than all of us. And I also don't know what anyone's goal was. That was like, we never talked about doing that. Sometimes I'm like, did we do that? I don't know. It's I don't know. The whole thing is fucking weird. But that happened. I was the only one naked.
So the boyfriend didn't get.
All right, here's the deal. She's a friend of his, obviously. So, and they work together. So she like ran by him at one point and like had her shirt off, and she's like, like we're all skipping around. And she looks at him and she's like, I'm not going to make out with you. And he was like, I don't fucking want you to. It's fine. Because they're like really good friends. And he's like, go ahead. He's like, go have fun. Yeah, he's like, go have fun. But in his head, he was just keep going.
Yeah.
And then he probably is jerking off on the couch. And then 3 of us are doing that again. Only one naked, this one. And I'm assuming I took all my own clothes off because that's what I tend to do. Because at some point when we're doing something,
The
I'm like,
guy,
usually
guy
it's
still
when I
has
go
his
to pee.
jeans and his boots on.
No, like usually it's when I go to pee. Like it's this level of drunk that I reach when I'm like, you know what? I'm not going out there with any clothes on, and I just fucking take them. And that's often how that. Yeah, and I just come out and I'm like, what up?
As
Like,
a guy in that
You
situation,
already know what's happening.
that's what you call the party started.
Well, you know. Yeah,
Well, I just
if you're gonna do that, anyway. But yeah, that did happen. But then I think she got scared. Not scared necessarily, because I really don't know how much further that would have gone. And she was like, I have to go, me, and like put her clothes on, and
you were like, come back, all naked.
No, then I think we were.
Don't you leave. No, but so
probably,
all right, so
I'm probably running down the hallway naked. Yes,
but
I'm usually the one to be doing these things.
but
so we did do that. But okay. But here's what I was gonna say. I think this is where it gets twisted. I think that maybe subconsciously there's a hooking up thing with that girl, because there's like a jealousy with like, are you guys really just friends?
Well, so that's what I meant.
Oh, also, she's a lesbian.
Like
what? That part.
What if you brought
that part?
No, she's well, I mean,
she's a straight lesbian. So, but like, we don't believe it. We're like, do you guys fuck when you're at work or whatever? And so I guess we just decided to do it with her before he could. I don't know. We never talked about it.
I mean,
it was hot either way. And I actually like, this girl will text me and she'll be like, good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful.
You know what I love about lesbians? Guys love lesbians. Guys think they love like guys are like, oh, they're lesbians. I love like they and I always think in my head like that means they don't like you.
Well, my whole thing is just, is she really a lesbian?
But well, yeah, they get to do that.
I mean, apparently she is. I don't fucking know.
I just started following a lesbian on Instagram.
Michael.
And I'm like, oh my God, this girl's super hot. She was in an Instagram, or not an Instagram, a Netflix movie I watched.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, she's super hot. I didn't know she was a lesbian. I started following her. She has a girlfriend. And I'm like, she's super hot, smoking hot.
I'm taking you guys with me for a second.
And then I'm like, wait a minute. She wants no parts of me. Like, if she has a girlfriend, she's a lesbian. Like, there's no, like, I have no shot. Not only the fact, like,
I don't know, man.
But besides the fact that she's an actress in Hollywood, like, obviously I have no shot to begin with. But on top of that, she's a lesbian. So like, there's no room for me.
But is she a lesbian? I feel like everyone's on the spectrum. We talked about this last time.
Yeah.
And that's why with this girl, it's like, are you a lesbian? Because like, so also when the two of them were together, like there was this one time, the three of us, me and him and his friend, because she's around, like he's not trying to hide her. You know, it's just like, they even go to dinner alone. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff, but they do work together. They're very good friends, but we've been here and like, they like tickle each other for a very long time. And like one time the three of us are sitting on my couch, she's tickling him. He ends up, I was sitting Indian style, which, can I say that? I was sitting in Indian, and I can't not say Indian as a
no, we said worse.
Is that
I was thinking
cultural appropriation?
Style.
Yeah.
What?
Is that cultural appropriation? Possibly.
See, if I say I don't know what that means, can I just get away with it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that white privilege? I don't know.
Yeah. All right, go back to the tickling.
Anyway, the whole thing is she was tickling him, and he sat in my lap. So I'm sitting that way. You know how you sit on a carpet as a kindergartner, and he like retreats from her to the point that he's now sitting in my lap, and she's still tickling him. And I was like,
"Is he small?"
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, I am 6 feet tall. What do you want me to do?
Oh yeah, you're like
and
a monster.
He ended up he's like 5'9". He said he was 5'9". He's like 5'8". He might be 5'7". We talked about this too. But he was sitting in my lap, and I was like, I'm gonna go. And I literally just got off my couch, and I was like, I think I like took a shower or something. I was like, I'm gonna go. Like it was very strange.
You left him out there with the lesbian?
But like, are you a lesbian? And also, this was after we made out with her, and I don't know. Well, I do think everyone's on the spectrum.
I
show.
Not only are they on the spectrum, but I think people, I don't know, like you're right. Like there's girls I know where it's like, you're a lesbian, then you're fucking not a lesbian. But when you were a lesbian, you were like, you know, we've had many, not you, but people, they have conversations with you where like, they won't even engage in like, oh, I'm a lesbian. I don't even fucking concern myself with that. And then it's like, well, you were sucking dick last week. So.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Can you hear me?
I feel like Bonnie Tyler wrote the song "I Need a Hero" just for your boyfriend.
I need a hero.
Because
that was my first Broadway show I saw.
Really?
It was Footloose, right? I need a hero.
That was
No.
Footloose. That wasn't
No.
Footloose. Yeah, it was.
I don't know.
It was
about
in
that.
Footloose. It might not be like the main song. I'm gonna look it up while you guys talk about dicks.
Well, because that came out in '86, and I feel like Footloose came out before that. I could be wrong. But I feel like Footloose.
So I was
like,
one when that happened, so I don't know. I know you were like 18 when that happened.
Footloose. It's Footloose, Bonnie Tyler, I Need a Hero.
Really? When did Footloose come out? I
saw it on Broadway. It doesn't mean that it's like the year it came out. I saw it when I was in like 6th grade. I was just saying that song is from that, and I was very excited.
Yeah, it's from the Footloose soundtrack. I don't know.
Well, I know that song from Short Circuit.
Oh,
Short Circuit is a good one.
You know, people always say that movie Short Circuit. It's a movie, right?
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
I confuse it with that movie Batteries Not Included. You remember that movie?
I do remember that movie.
And it was definitely like that movie.
Was it? Because they just sound the same, so I don't know which is which.
Well, I do remember Batteries Included, but I don't remember the premise. Short Circuit was a robot that thought that Johnny Five was alive.
Okay, that's the one I'm talking about too. I thought that was the other one.
No. The Batteries Not Included is the same kind of concept.
Really? What the fuck are they trying to do to us?
Yeah.
No, actually, dude, Batteries Not Included was a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah, like I feel like it was a little bit more like
he could make shit come alive. It wasn't one thing.
Yeah, like Short Circuit was like a cute little robot.
And I'm glad you just brought that up because in that movie, that is Marci, Batteries Not Included is the one where like the Star Trek ship is floating in his room. All right. Anyway, how did we get on this? Aren't we talking about sexual encounters?
Well, we are, but I'm just saying.
I couldn't hear you, but I'm back. Hello.
Yeah.
Marci's taking her clothes off little by little. So this is great for YouTube viewers.
Yeah.
I changed my shirt like 8 times before. That's why I was like late, and then I was here, and then I was like, I don't like this, and I started to get really hot. I had like a turtleneck on at one point. It got weird. And I'm like so hot, my air isn't on. It's the Adderall on the wine.
I could use an Adderall one of these days.
I'm shocked you haven't. Like, I'm like, Danny doesn't even want to see me for an Adderall. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Where you at?
Dude, I'll tell you something right now.
I did Adderall. I did Adderall one time. My ex-girlfriend was ADHD. This is going back like, God, I was 27, 28 years old. And yeah. And she was like, she has ADHD, took an Adderall. I'm like, all right, I want to see how you feel. Yeah. I could not get it. Not only could I not get a boner, but I didn't shut the fuck up. Like I couldn't stop fucking talking like all night long. Like I was literally up all night long talking.
Wait, and you couldn't get a boner?
I could not get a boner.
See, it goes either way. It goes either way. You can either not get a boner or you could not get a boner.
Yeah, I mean, but I was the same way. So when I took ecstasy, like, you know how some people are like, oh my God, ecstasy was the greatest sex I ever had. I couldn't get a boner. Like it didn't even like, even me trying to take a piss, it was hard for me. Like I couldn't do it.
It was hard or it was challenging?
It was challenging. It was challenging.
Yeah.
Why was that challenging? Because you
I have no idea. Like I don't know. I guess I have no idea.
This is how crazy my mind is. I'm going back to glory holes and Tommy with the Adderall not being able to get a boner. And I'm picturing like a flaccid penis through a glory hole and somebody going, just keep playing with it, man.
Help me be.
It doesn't matter how hard you play with it. It just wasn't moving. Like
I think
what a beautiful line.
Do women like, what does it mean? Like, do women have moments where they like,
they don't want to have sex? Yes.
Well, not don't want to have sex, but like can't actually like want to and can't.
I guess like the equivalent of that, like I like to say I'm a doctor, but obviously I'm not, so don't take this seriously. Well, to an extent, but from experience, but I guess if you can't get wet.
Yeah, but have you ever wanted to get wet and you couldn't get wet?
No.
Yeah, see, women.
It's about me.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's always KY jelly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've used those things too, and I don't need them. Like, it makes it harder. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't need it. I guess that would be the right. Like, if you can't get wet, I don't know what else.
No, yeah. Well,
I gotta open your fucking glory hole.
But see, think about how that's different though, Marcy, where like a guy will be standing there like, I want to have sex. I want to get hard.
I will tell you that like I am not I'm not what does subservient mean? I'm not subservient, but I am submissive to my man or woman if I need to be. Like, so I would like literally, like, I'll be like, bitch, what you say? But I'll be like, give me your dick. You know what I mean?
No, okay, cool.
Be like, I will do everything that I could possibly do to get you hard. And like, generally it works. Like, honestly, it really does.
Yeah.
I'll teach some classes. But I mean, I know that there's things like drugs and stuff, like you said, that affect that.
Would you blame yourself? Like if a guy was like, I can't get hard, would you be saying, what's wrong?
I'm like, all right, go make me a fucking pizza. Let's at least do something productive.
Yeah, like my girl
out in the shower rubbing one out.
My girl at the time was like super pissed at me, and I was like, I don't know what's happening.
No, like, and you know that's why you're not together anymore, because you're a smart boy, Tommy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're a smart boy from the streets of Philly.
She was like super pissed at me. I'm like, I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know. Like, and she was like super frustrated, and she was like, whatever. And I'm like,
ignorant.
Yeah, like I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on. Like,
dude, if I was a hot girl, I'd be taking guys to my house, and I'd be like, you know what really turns me on? If you take that flat screen TV right there and you see that wall mount.
And like give him an Adderall card and then watch him be wired out of his mind on ad. You fucking like hanging your shit. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like
that's genius.
Got the best idea ever.
Yeah.
Write that down.
What do you know about plumbing?
Yeah.
Dude, I have no, and that's it. Like, I matched with this chick on Bumble the other day. I told her I was Tommy the Trash Man, and she fucking stopped talking to me.
That's what that is. You do that? You say that?
Would you care about a guy's job?
It just depends on where I'm at in my life and my situation, what I need from him.
Have you ever not fucked a guy because of his job?
Man, who you talking to?
Wait, what?
What'd you say?
Who you talking to? I mean, ideally, I'd like to say yes, but probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, it's not like
what do you want from me?
It's not like I told you I worked at McDonald's. Like,
I have to say something about people that work at McDonald's. Honestly, like my roommate in college did, and like I think that they have a very good system. And like people that have worked at McDonald's, like I've hired in a previous job when I was in the position, and they were fantastic. So don't knock it.
Yes, but like
that's one of my dream jobs. I think I told you that. Trash man, stripper, cat.
Well, see, I don't think someone that works at McDonald's is bad. I think somebody that works at McDonald's for 30 years and doesn't move up is
or someone that works at McDonald's, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like if you were still at McDonald's, I get it.
Yeah.
Like my age is available on the dating site. So if I was like, I'm 27 years old.
I'm 89 and I work at McDonald's.
Like if I'm 21 and I work at McDonald's, like, okay, like you have room to advance.
Now that you say it like that, I wouldn't message a guy that was 21.
No, but see, this goes back to our conversation.
Yeah, but like I know people that have worked that were in college, and
I was just rooting for him, and now I'm on the other side. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, like they were in college, 21, working at McDonald's. So like I get it, but I'm 40. I work, what I do. And I'm like, yeah, I do all right for myself. Like, and there was just like, she stopped responding after that.
So here's the question. Did you say, hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. What do you do for work? This is what I do. Blah, blah. Or did you say, yo, I'm Tommy the Trash Man?
Tommy the Trash Man. Yo,
no. I'm Tommy the Trash Man, bitch. Or were you like, hi, how are you?
No, that's actually, I told her straight up. I was like, I'm Tommy the Trash Man, bitch. What's up?
I have to say something.
Tom, you got to say waste management.
Yeah, but I feel like that's very Italian. That's very mob oriented.
Well,
They
also
love that
they'll
shit.
start Italian, her mom won't get it, and they'll be like,
Yeah.
"That's amazing. Like, what's your position?"
Dude,
no. So here's the thing. So she basically like we were talking about Game of Thrones. There was like a little
That's
bit.
not that really good. Tommy's trash man.
Yeah, like we were talking about Game of Thrones, and then I felt like I was just the one that kept asking her questions, and she wasn't really responding. And then like a day later, she goes, "So what do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, what's that?"
She went to McDonald's.
Yeah, and I should have just told her that.
I'd be like, "Bitch, did you get hash brown?" Anyway.
But then I was like, well, I'm a trash man for blah 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 blah. I do this, I do that. See, and that's one thing that people could get confused because you could be a trash man and work for like waste management, let's just say, and that's what you do.
Now he says it.
What? No. Like I don't work for waste management. I'm saying if you work for a company like Waste Management, you're a trash man. I work for a township. So like there's more to what we do.
But you
than
said
just
I'm a trash man for a township.
No, I know that.
And then you get the girl.
No, I know that. But yeah, but I still don't get the fucking girl. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm like, yeah, well, I do more than just pick up trash. Like obviously I have other duties. Like I maintain this whole township. They don't want to fucking hear it.
Say
Like
that. I
that's
maintain
why
that township.
Tom,
That's-
here's
that's
my
why.
suggestion.
That's why I'm going to Kiev.
Yeah. You
That's
gotta
why I'm going to Ukraine.
Tom, here's my suggestion, and Marcy, you tell me if this is good. So you're on Bumble. This is Bumble. Remember,
Bumble. Yeah, it's Bumble.
when they ask
Is that the
you,
one where the girl? Is that the one where the girl?
well,
picks?
yeah, I think so.
I've read. Some
So when
stuff.
they ask you what you do, you tell them, "I work on Wall Street." You tell them anything other than I work a trash man.
Before I answered a guy on Wall Street.
Yeah,
He was
I'm independently wealthy. I have a trust fund. Tell them anything.
But I feel like in
Why?
2000,
Why?
I feel like in 2021, there's way too much stuff going on for me to lie about, who I am or what I do.
I'm like, when I meet new people, I'm like, I got a divorce
Dude.
from my husband because he's a crackhead. And I'm fucking like, I have technically we're not divorced, by the way. I have a husband, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, and 3 cats. And people are like,
Yeah,
like,
but
I don't
you're
give a fuck anymore. I'm like, this is what I do. So I would be like, I do all this stuff and I'm a trash man. I maintain a township.
but this is what's different between men and women. A girl gives a fuck about what you do. The richest guy in the world will still fuck the hot bitch that takes the trash out at fucking McDonald's.
He's gonna fuck her, but he's still married.
You can wait. No, yeah, okay, yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, no. If the hottest girl, whatever, if she goes, hey, I'm a receptionist. I make fucking, 20 grand a year. I don't give a fuck. If you're hot.
Yeah. She got hired by a guy who wants to fuck her.
If you're hot and you're cool, so here's the thing that I will say. I hooked up with a lot of hot broads. I'm not trying to toot my own fucking horn or anything like that because I don't because I gotta be honest with you, I look back at some of the fucking chicks I hooked up with and I'm like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, I don't even get it.
What were they thinking?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But my point is, a dude doesn't really care what the girl, if she carries her own weight, she's like, I do this and you make a little bit of money, cool. But a girl, women generally have, at least I feel like in this, my own experiences, women generally have they want a guy that's going to take care of them. That's why I feel like you'll see more unattractive women. No, I'm sorry. I'm leaving this one.
Tommy's drinking.
Yeah, you'll see really unattractive dudes with hot chicks because they make money.
Yeah.
But you don't see the opposite. You don't see really hot chicks with ugly dudes unless they make money.
Ugly chicks with hot dudes.
Yeah,
sometimes the guy just sees beyond the beast. on the inside.
It's possible. It's possible. Like, and I'm not saying like, I'm saying on average, you'll see most dudes that are like, if you're like, what the fuck? Like if a guy, like if me and Bender are walking down, I don't know, walking down the street and
all the girls are catcalling. Oh, look at those two sexy motherfuckers.
Yeah. First of all, I feel super offended. First of all, if a girl's doing that to me, I feel super offended. But what I'm saying is,
I don't apologize on behalf of women.
Yeah, because I mean, realistically, there's no women whistling at me.
Realistically, y'all can go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, there's maybe in Baltimore, women are whistling at Danny.
When women whistle at me, it means they didn't get their fucking drink. Excuse me.
I was gonna say,
number one. Number two, there are women that whistle at Danny, and I have to tell you, I've questioned it through the years. I've tried to figure it out, and I just.
Marci, who fucking tell Tommy how much punani I fucking get back there?
Like they're whistling because they want their buttery nipple.
There's dudes that come like, is Danny here? And I go, no. Yeah. But I'm Marci, and they're like, peace out, and then they leave, and I'm like,
that's right.
And sometimes I tell people, I think I said this before, but some people are like, is Danny here? And I go, no, I will. Dude, I've been doing that for almost 10 years. And some people like are visibly upset because I think they wanted to fuck you. They were coming there to fuck you.
Dude, the best.
A drink, or do you just want me to tell you where he lives?
Marci, you'll like this. The best thing I ever did, I was working at the Hyatt in Penn's Landing in Philly, and I just got the job there. And you know, when you go, like going back to how you just trained somebody in, you know, when you go through that experience of you took somebody's shift, right? So these guys used to walk into the bar and they'd be like, is Maria here? And the first couple of times they asked, like, is Maria on tonight? And then like eventually one time the guy walked, like they would walk in, buy a beer and leave. And then the one time they walked in
for buying a beer, I appreciate that.
But the one time they walked in and exactly, right? Exactly. That's exactly what this is about. So this guy walks in on like the fifth time of him doing it. And he walks up to the bar and he goes, and I shit you not, I did this to him. The guy comes in and he goes, is Maria here? And then he just kind of looked at me and we made this like acknowledgement, like where he was like, I'm not even going to buy a beer type of face, you know? I looked at the guy. No, so I looked at him when he said that and I went, hey, my man. And you got to remember, I'm new, right? And I don't know anybody here.
Not going to lose.
But I looked at the guy. I said, hey, my friend. I said, I understand exactly what's going on. I said, but I said, you've never asked me to get anything from the bottom of the cooler. And then I leaned down and bent down to pick up a beer and like bent for four. And the guy just laughed and he was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Oh, you didn't drink the beer?
No, he rolled. I was like, peace out. I hate that guy, girl. Whenever I see a customer come in the bar and they just want to be there because of the girl, I hate them people. Just leave.
Well, you remember how we've done before too? Like, I'm the guy, you're the girl. We've done nights before. I mean, I agree and I appreciate what you just said. However, hey, you know, like if we have like $5 in our tip jar, hey, every guy that comes in here, you should talk to him. Every girl that comes in here, I'll talk to them.
Well, no, when you build,
and then I started stealing all the girls.
Well, I've talked to Tommy.
You gotta do because
I've talked to Tommy about this on here before, where being a bartender, especially when you work with people that you have a different kind of chemistry with, and Marci would be one of them. And people think it's very simple, like, oh, you're just a bartender. But like at first you have to tell each other to do things, but eventually me and Marci will know. Like I'll just walk by Marci and she'll know like, all right, I'm going to go handle this. And I'll know when I need to come in and do something. And you're constantly aware of the atmosphere. And the best part about it is that no one understands how aware you are. You know?
Oh, we're total morons.
Yeah.
And that's I think what I love the most is because I can be like, hi. And like they don't know anything, but I already know everything.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking over like I was
talking about you for 10 minutes while you stood at the door wondering where
my favorite part about like say with you would be when you're done. Like I always know when you're done with a dude, like you got what you wanted from him.
Because I curse the end.
Well, you know, he he paid his bill. No, not the dirty stuff, but he'll pay his bill and he'll be sitting at the bar, like still
And I will
looking.
be standing in the back bar going,
Yeah.
eating fucking mozzarella sticks.
And I'll be like, can I help you? I'll be like, can I help you, dude? And he'll be like, oh no, I'm waiting for her. And I'll be sitting there like in my head, I'm like, she's never coming back, dude. It's over.
There's certain things in this podcast that the actual podcast on iTunes aren't going to do it justice. Like Marci acting like she's clearing her face.
I was getting my lipstick off because I'm not wearing a mask right now. A mama for Coco.
Right.
I'm not wearing one right now, so I can
Right.
do this and like look
So
at
like this is definitely a YouTube YouTube podcast.
Dude, I'm gonna go grab one more beer. You guys continue to talk about dicks.
do it. Cheers.
Yeah. This is just gonna be like a 3-hour tour of us.
We should all talk more.
Of us just drinking and being obnoxious, and what are you gonna do?
Can I tell you one of my favorite parts of the night was when Danny and I were like on the screen and talking, and I heard you twisting off the top of the bottle. Like I like the sound effects because that's I added that to my ASMR list, like of twisting. And then you're like,
that got you off.
Yeah.
I drank half a bottle of bourbon.
What bourbon are you drinking?
Bullet.
Nice.
Yes. So I have work tomorrow at the retirement
Time
home.
to work.
I have to be there at 10.
What is tomorrow? Is my question.
Tomorrow's Sunday.
Cool. I work at 9. Well, then I'm gonna go at 9:30 because I can do whatever I want. I've decided.
Love it.
Wait a minute. At 9:30, like who's drinking at 9:30 in the morning?
So actually, we open at 10 on Sunday and Saturday and Sunday. And during the Monday through Friday, we open at 11. We used to open before pre-Coco. We opened at 8:30 a.m. every day. And he did that every day since 1974.
Really?
And then Coco occurs. And I was like, I'll let you know when I'll be there. You know what I mean? Because like the majority of people that come in, I'm like, come visit me. But it got really weird. Like everybody's super like chill after this. Like it's just kind of like I'll text them and be like, "Hi, no, I said I was being there, getting there at 10, but I will be there at 10:30 without and then I go and then I write an explanation. I delete it and then I put period, and then I go, "That's what time I'll be there." And they're like, "See you then." I'm like, "All righty." Like no one can tell me what I'm. As long as I'm there before we open, I don't really know how much they care. But 8:30 we used to open. We had breakfast, and yes, everybody will drink as soon as. I told this one dude that I was going to be there. I was like, we open at 10. And I should have been like, I think I even did because I, without fail, always go. And when I say that, I mean 10:15 because I'm always late. I was late being born. And he was there at 9:59. I got there at 9:59 and this bitch is outside with his cowboy boots on. He's like, hey, with all this fucking energy. And I was like, oh my God, hello.
But what I don't understand is like, so you got a new job at a new bar.
I did.
So why is your new job, new bar open and your other ones aren't?
So one of them is. So I have the one where Danny and I work, and then I have the other one that's down here that is open. So it was closed in the beginning for like 5 months. Then when we reopened it opened, and it was only for like carry out though. So I was still laid off, whatever. And then the second shutdown happened. Then we opened, then the second shutdown happened. But so after we were allowed to reopen, he was like, I'm not closing anymore. I don't give a fuck if I can have one person in here and sell one fucking French fry and have one of you work for 1 minute. Like literally, he was like, I don't give a shit. I'm not closing again. Well, so love that. That's great. I mean, he's been open since 74. Like he's got regulars that have been coming there for 30 years. Like, so that one is open. And I just got back to work full time when the city reopened again for the second time. But 2 days before that happened, it was on the second shutdown. So I was like, let me just like Google like jobs. I was like stripper, cat,
Thought you'd have an OnlyFans.
And then I got a job in the county. And then 2 days later, the city reopens. And I'm like, oh my God. So I've now committed to 3 jobs, but that's why, because the city was so closed. And I mean, quite honestly, like I was on unemployment because cheers to the system, but it hasn't come to me since September. It's been on hold.
Well, Marci,
I just get a job. Like I can't bargain anymore. Like, Dan, I have money and I'll quit my job thing.
But but so it's the other thing though too, Tom, is to answer that question in a better way, maybe is
That's probably best.
No, but I mean like this, like that was specifically to you. But I think that it also goes back to how people don't understand the dynamics of a bar, where not every fucking restaurant job is the same. Not every, like, in other words, my bar, it cost them $30,000-$40,000 a month to be open. You know what I mean? Whereas there might be another bar out there where the guy owns the bar, or then you got county rules versus city rules.
And that's the thing. That's why I went to the county, because I was like, well, they're open. The county was open when the city wasn't. So I got this job. And then literally 2 days later, they're like, the city can reopen. And I was like, oh God. So then I went from working 0 shifts to like 9 shifts. And somehow I still have 2 days off. So I've been very busy.
Dude, I just want
talk and beer and fucking little.
I just want.
All right, I'm taking a beer break.
Yeah. I just want our job to go back to normal.
Being on the floor.
I just want our job to go back to fucking normal. Like
I really miss you guys. I think we all do. Like, I mean, I'm sure every bartender does. I've actually, like, I was following this Facebook group of like bartenders that I think we've all been in, and I actually, like, the other day I was like, stop following, because all these people are like, look at me at work, like this, I'm back to work, and I'm like,
no, but that group,
like, go away from me.
That group got weird. That fraternal order of bartenders group, it was awesome in the beginning. Yeah, and then do you know when I stopped paying attention to that group? Remember when we posted a picture of Gary?
Neps.
Yeah, remember I tried to post a picture of him, like basically, and I really mean this for real. I really think this. Remember I used to get a lot of attention on that group?
Yeah.
And what happened?
You and Sarah posted like the
yeah, so I would post stuff, and I would get, and I started to get a lot of attention on that group. And ever since that like happened, next thing you know, I would go to post something and they would decline my post and shit.
Next thing you know, you're dirty laundry.
Yeah, so I just started going on that group and being like an asshole.
No, I fully stopped. I just unfollowed the other day. I'm still there, and if I need to check it, it's fine. But I can't. And even there, and then there's also a group that's like the restaurant relief fund or whatever, like, yeah, they've been great. Like, honestly, I got a little grant from them. They gave me $100 to my PayPal one day just because I filled out a form. Like, I think I sent it to you guys, but it's been awesome. But I'm so stressed out from working and looking at that. And yes, my unemployment still isn't fixed, and y'all can go fuck yourselves.
Dude, my whole
thing with social media, to take this like on a whole nother level in general, is that we're always allowed to filter it. Like, that's what you do. And like, luckily we were around in the time that it was like invented and has transformed into what it is. Like, I can't even imagine 20 years I'm gonna fucking probably want to kill myself.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. So filtering your news and filtering what you see is so available to you right now. And it's like unbelievably amazing, but scary at the same time. And I've been reminded of that with this Coco shit, where I'm like, bah. Well, especially because I'm like sitting in my living room with my cats, who I love. And by the way, my Christmas tree is still up. So it's me, my Christmas tree, and my cats. And I'm just like, I don't want to see this anymore. I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to talk to you. I want to do what I'm doing and live my life.
Well, it's funny you say that, because one thing that happened to me recently is you know how your Instagram and your Facebook kind of like understands who you are. Like, in other words, if I search for audio equipment or something, man, for the next like week, I'm just getting audio equipment in my Instagram.
Sure.
I literally took a picture of this. I'll send it to you, Marci, so you have a better understanding of what I mean, of how sad it felt. But on my Instagram, when you get the ad, and the ad is usually geared towards you, it's a targeted ad. It was a Save-A-Lot food fucking and I literally was like, is this who I am? Are they following me and that's who I am?
tell you, like, it's moments like this right now where I just embrace that and I go, this is who I am.
Yo,
I'm gonna clip this coupon somehow.
I'm gonna send this to you so you understand more of what I'm talking about. Because look how sad it looks. Like Instagram is fun and fresh and cool. And instead they send me a fucking Save a Lot. Tom, you just walked in. I was just telling her basically how sad it felt when Instagram usually reflects like you and the cool shit you like and everything. And this is the targeted ad I got today. I just sent it to you.
Mine's usually about cats, makeup, and dildos.
Do you ever get a dildo thing?
Yeah. I do. I've literally gotten 2.
Marci, tell Tommy about the dick ball.
What?
Tell Tommy about the dick ball.
Oh my God. Well,
I ordered a dick ball to work and made Sarah open it up right at the fucking bar on St. Patty's Day.
I have to tell you. No, first of all, when you got that, like,
Well, wait. First of all, like, why? What is this coupon? What is this coupon that I'm?
So what I was saying to Marci was that's when you know your life is sad because Instagram usually reflect, I was telling her like if I look for audio equipment, say for the podcast, I would then be like targeted with like audio equipment or whatever in my ads. But all the ads on Instagram are like a cool shirt or look at this cool thing or whatever. And that's what my life must have become because that's now what I'm getting as a targeted ad. Like, how sad is that? I never even seen it. Like,
I get something sometimes where I'm like, what?
Who's on?
Something I was thinking about 3 days ago.
Who on Instagram is getting like $3.99 a pound for roast beef?
I'm not gonna lie, I've never gotten that.
Yeah, dude, I
get $3.99 a pound for
dude. That's why it was so sad. I'm like, what the fuck?
But I have a question: do you buy the roast beef?
No, I'm vegetarian, Marci. Thanks to you.
How's that been going?
Still good.
Well,
I do the fish because you taught me that it's okay.
Because we like fish.
Wait. Oh, so you're a vegetarian as well?
Tommy, can I do that?
Marci got me hooked.
Can I do that, Tommy?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh my God, you can absolutely do that like all day long.
Yeah, you like that.
You guys want me to leave?
Danny will be like, yeah, I'm a vegetarian for like 7 months. And then one day he goes, I just ordered fucking spaghetti and meatballs.
No, I didn't. What are you talking about? Dude, I haven't eaten a piece of meat.
Whatever makes you happy, baby.
I haven't eaten a piece of meat since I went vegetarian.
All right. Well, I don't know how true that is, but I do know the last time that I came to Baltimore to go on a boat with Danny, he brought out like
fake
vegetarian sausages, like fake.
Did you go on the boat like without me? Or?
Yeah. We all went on the boat without you.
I specifically said no titties.
Yeah, I need to go. She wants to hang out with me. So I'm just kidding. There's no.
Yeah, like he was like, yeah, there's no strippers on this boat. And
I wasn't invited.
Yep. And then we brought out a bunch of fake sausages that people started grilling up.
Fake to you, Tommy. They were real sausages to me.
Well, yeah. Well,
so they were like cow fur.
I tasted it because like I was a keto Guido. Like I was like, I'm going keto. And I tasted it and I was like, I don't know.
That's like a little thing you do.
Yeah, I just
Marci's a vegetarian that doesn't like meat.
I'm a vegetarian. Doesn't like meat. I'm also a doctor. I'm also a nutritionist. I'm also a fucking
nice.
Liquor.
She's also a lesbian, polyamorous lesbian.
Yeah, like you're
bisexual.
Yeah, you're a relationship therapist. So wait.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So being a vegetarian, are you like? Have you always been that, or
me?
Yeah, like was this over the past couple of years?
No, I'm just kidding. When I was younger, I stopped eating like red meat and chicken and turkey and shit. Like I tried it all. I had steak, I had meatballs. I remember the one day I had meatballs. I remember we were in the kitchen. I remember the place I lived. We were in New York. Like I remember everything about that day because it's the day I ate meatballs. It's crazy. Like, it's so weird. And I explained it to my mom. She goes, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I swear I was 3. It's very strange that I know. But
Growing
I
up,
didn't
you,
like 'em.
you were in New
Didn't
York.
like them, never had them again. And then after that, like, there were burgers and I did love hot dogs, I'll tell you that. But a Jimmy Buffett concert ruined that for me. So that'll never happen again. But I would eat chicken through the year. I just like didn't like the taste. And I remember in elementary school, you know, the burgers, you got one of my best friend in elementary school, Elizabeth Tapper. I will say her name because she did this. She said, you know, the stuff you chew on, which is the gristle in the burger. She said something about it being like dog's toenails. Like, I know it's disgusting. I know it's very weird, but like, that's what happened. And in my head, I was like, I already don't like it. And now I super don't like it. So I'm never eating it again. And yeah, I've never eaten red meat.
That's
since
the
then.
first thing I'm
I
going
have
to do.
Bacon, I have eaten chicken.
If
but-
I go back to meat, the first thing I want is the gristle. Oh, the
Are you
gristle
eating
on a
meat?
steak.
Yeah.
My God.
I actually hate that.
But I prefer a Starburst mini pink one over a fucking piece of gristle.
All right,
See-
all right, wait. All right, so when was the last time you had meat?
Okay.
Yeah, like
I'm just
That's
kidding.
not-
Red meat. I was 5. Like, honestly, like, I haven't. Bacon I eat when it's in a big fucking pile, and it is that pile like on a cruise ship where you're gonna where it's gonna turn to ash in your mouth on a buffet of a breakfast.
what?
You know, like when you're at a breakfast buffet on vacation,
Right?
where there's that bacon that's so crispy that turns to like. I get the biggest fucking plate of bacon. That's
So,
the only time
all
So
right,
it's
so
once every 5 years. And then other than that, I eat chicken like maybe twice a year just because there's like a delicious hot sauce on it. And that's it. I try not to think about it. Don't tell me about like
all
then
right,
it's animals.
so like fish at all?
Oh yeah.
So you're not completely vegetarian.
Pescatarian. Lobster, hay, crab, yaws, shrimp, generally, salmon, yes.
Well, Marci, because I'm relatively new to this game, I will say this, and Tommy's doing it right now, and it's something I experience a lot. People are like, "Oh, you're vegetarian," and you're like, "Yes," and then they ask you 300 things that you've eaten, and then they go like, "Oh, so you've eaten fish though," and I'm like, 325 days a year, I probably don't eat meat. But the guy sitting there like, not you, Tom, but I'm just saying people do it all the time. That would be like me saying to a meat eater, like, so you eat meat? Did you have a salad? When's the last time you had a salad? Nah, you don't eat meat.
Are you a real meat eater? Do you eat lettuce and mozzarella sticks? But people are like, so what do you eat? And I go, anything with bread and cheese. So generally pizza and mozzarella sticks. Because I also have a good salad with
all right. I'm a keto guy.
Are you doing
so my thing is there are a lot of meatless options out there. And from most studies, they show that is not they're not really like they're not healthy.
Like the
meat substitutes.
Took me a very long time to even try those. Danny, remember the day we both tried one?
Well, Danny was all about it. Like Danny brought on the meatless, like
it's Impossible sausages, and they're amazing.
And it's impossible.
And my point was that there were multiple studies that were showing like, listen, like this isn't good. And actually, what's that fucking guy, that super smart guy? This is what I mean. This is what happens. I drink a half a bottle of bourbon. So I'm like, what's the fucking guy that wants to blot out the sun with fucking smoke screens?
Billy Gates.
Billy Gates goes.
I was gonna say the only smart guy I know.
Yeah, so Billy Gates. So Billy Gates is like, hey, we should maybe think about coming up with synthetic meat for people to eat.
Right.
There's nothing healthy about anything synthetic. So I like,
well,
so my point is there's nothing that's like really healthy about anything synthetic. Like, you know, when you even when you look at our ingredients as opposed to like you can look at I don't know, just a regular can of soup in the United States as opposed to a regular can of soup in the UK. There aren't as many additives in the soup in the United Kingdom.
So I've actually been like during Coke, how I've discovered like this whole new way to eat. Well, not discovered it because I'm not a, but it's like I've been eating cleaner because I've been making my own food. So it's like clean eating is like, what's going into your food. So like I'll make a version of something like, and I know what's in it and I know what I added and I try to do things without added sugar. That's like a big thing I've been doing. And I mean, it's been great. Like I sleep better. I've lost weight. Like there's so many things you can do, but then again, every now and then I'm like, yo, give me a fucking pizza because let's be real. But I found ways to make new, like you can do different things like that. I agree with you about the substitutes because I didn't really like them. I still really don't like the Beyond Meat and stuff. Like I don't like the way it tastes because they make it taste like they're trying to make it taste like meat. I'm not into it. But I want my veggie burger with like its broccoli's like ass sticking out of it. You know what I mean? Like I want to like to my veggie burger, and that is a little piece of broccoli through a glory hole.
You want to lick the ass of the broccoli.
Like
I get it.
Actually, like what you would call the ass.
No, but wait, but
through the glory hole that I'm shoving it in, and then eat my burger. Like yes.
But this is the other thing that's come up with me being vegetarian with people is like, there's this thought. I'm not making fun of anybody who asked the question, but it's like they start breaking down what I'm eating. Like, well, wait a second, there's this and that or something. And I'm saying to myself, I don't eat meat. And so every once in a while, if I'm going to be in a place where it might feel weird to not have a hot dog, I'll get a fake hot dog or something that's 90%. Yeah, but the whole thing is I don't eat meat, but I don't walk around breaking down what's in Velveeta mac and cheese to people either.
You want to talk about that? That's the worst too. Like you're like, I will stand there and look at the box and I'm like,
oh, what is this?
It's out of the CVS for the fucking bases that I'm making. I'm like, because you can make your own things that are like cleaner, but it does. I'm not like knocking people that eat meat either, but I kind of am. Because really, like honestly, like we were put here to eat food that's going to sustain us, and if we eat all the fucking meat, they're not gonna like, and all the shit they do to like the fucking turkeys and chicken. Like,
yeah, they're doing fucked up shit too.
Many videos. There's just one video of this like pig knocking this other pig off a table. Like, I can't. I'm never eating fucking bacon again now unless you take me on a cruise.
All right, so I belong to Butcher Box, and Butcher Box is all organically farmed. It's ethical.
Okay, which I appreciate that.
So that's where I get all my meat.
Yeah.
Occasionally, like I have to buy because I feed my dog
Sure.
chicken and but I feel like as far as that goes, as far as I know, it's ethical. It's the right way to do things.
Yeah. Like I buy eggs.
So like,
and, I wish I had the chickens that made the eggs, even though that would make me not eat them because I'd be like, oh, and then I would paint the eggs and like hang them from the ceiling, like. But I do like buy the vegetarian fed, cage free, like non-probiotic. Like you can't like. You've seen these fucking videos and all this shit with these documentaries. It's awful, but it's real.
Yeah, like I buy cage free eggs and all that shit. But like at the same time, like I'm all like, there's always this part of me that I'm like what the fuck am I doing?
What the fuck? There's an egg. I'm gonna eat it.
No,
well, it's like well.
Think about it every day. 7-5.
Like, how much control do you have over all this shit?
Sure.
Well, Tom,
I mean? I'm just like I don't know. I don't even know if it's cage free. Like I have no.
I know.
No fucking idea.
The label.
You gotta watch Food Inc. documentary. It's called Food Inc. And
I didn't sweat away from watching those documentaries because I'm probably gonna vomit and cry at the same time.
But do you
and it hurts.
my question is, do you do it because of animal rights or because you do it because it makes you feel better?
So when I was younger, I really like never liked the taste of meat. I
Okay.
always liked chicken, like when I was younger, but I never liked like the day with the meatballs or like the hot dogs and hamburgers. Like I never was into it, no matter how it was cooked. Never liked. Also, my mom orders burgers, well done, and then she goes like a hockey puck. So those are the burgers I tried. You know what I mean?
Right.
I never had
Right.
the opportunity. And honestly, I have to tell you, like places I've worked and places I've gone, I'm like, that looks fucking good. Like the way you can like I love, so it's fucked up because I love tuna, like seared rare tuna. And if my tuna's overcooked, that is the only thing in the world I'll send back. I'm like, hi. And I've sent back tuna. I'm like, fuck that tuna. It just died in vain. And I like do a little prayer and a dance and take a shot. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But with the chickens and the burger things, it's different. I never liked the taste. And then it turned into, I feel bad for you. As long as it's like sustainably farmed and taken care of, like it's not like I'm knocking meat either.
But like even outside of if it's ethically slaughtered or whatever.
Still dead, and someone's got to eat it, or else I don't like it.
I mean, it's more of though, it's more like me asking a question like as though, do you feel better? Well, I guess if you've been a vegetarian since you've been 5,
I don't like the taste, mostly.
it's so like it's kind of tough for you to like really answer it, but
Tough, literally. Gristle. Hashtag gristle.
but like I've never felt bad about eating meat.
Yeah. I don't know.
So-
Yeah. I mean, I was like sad. I was crying about like homeless people when I was a baby. Like, I don't like, I've always been that person. I'm like, why are we doing this to this other human being? But I also truly don't like the taste of meat.
Okay. All right. So my point is,
It's not
some-
100% because of the animals.
yeah. So like
Probably
somebody,
growing more into that because I'm learning more and there's more information being divulged and being available to the public and more people becoming aware, which I really appreciate. But like, I mean, this life that we live, like you can't be the only person fighting. It's like really hard. Hashtag hard.
No, God, stop it.
But yeah, no, I genuinely don't like the taste of the cow meat.
Well, that's what I noticed with that impossible meat is and that's how I would tell people when they go, like somebody would come in and they'd be a vegetarian. And my first question would always be, are you like somebody who has eaten meat your whole life and you're trying not to eat meat? Or are you a vegetarian because you like being a vegetarian?
Well, and I told you that when we tried it. I
Well,
was like, I don't like the
Well, no,
taste.
that's what I mean. So,
I was like,
so for me, it satisfies that, oh, this feels like I'm having a burger, or this feels like, you know, every once in a while you need that fix. But some people don't want that fix. They want a fucking good veggie burger.
when I
Like-
want that fix, I put a cock in my mouth.
Oh,
And when I wanna,
Yeah, even Marci doesn't want to talk about this stuff anymore. She wants to talk about sex and
when I
cocks
listen
and
to
balls.
broccoli, it's a different kind of story than when I put a cock in my mouth, but I'm happy either way.
no, well, that is, I mean, obviously, I don't think Danny's gonna put a cock in his mouth,
If I'm,
There's
You
and that's fine if he has.
you never know. I might.
You know, if he has to ask his girlfriend if it's okay
Mm-hmm.
to put a cock in his mouth, that's fine.
I'm basically putting a cock in my mouth when I ask my girlfriend if I can have a beer.
Exactly. Like, and that's fine. Like, I have no problem with
I
that.
like
Yeah.
the video.
My concern,
Baby, mind if I have a beer? Thanks.
sure, put that cock in your mouth. My biggest concern is anything that is like false meat, you know, we're gonna faux meat, whatever it is, and that's where, because I think I've tagged you in a few videos or a few different things, because I just, there's been some studies that show that it's maybe not the healthiest approach.
And yeah, correct. And I don't want to speak on that because I don't know the extent because I don't eat it, so I haven't looked that much into it, which is probably fucked up. But
Yeah.
what I do eat is a lot of tofu, and there's so many things you can do with that to make it taste a certain way, to like kind of mock different things. And I just feel like everybody has their certain taste. Like if you're eating a burger, like eat a fucking fake burger. I don't care what you do. Like as long as what you're doing like makes sense for the environment, makes sense for the humankind, Like, just get your shit together, people.
Marcy,
only put things in your mouth that'll further the human race.
Yes.
And in your
or put a smile on Marcy's face.
That's what she said.
Put a smile on my mouth.
Marcy, you're a comedy fan. Do you remember Mitch Hedberg?
Yeah.
One of my favorite Mitch Hedberg jokes was he goes, "What's up with turkey, man?" And he goes, "I went into this deli the other day." He goes, "There's turkey ham, there's turkey sausage, there's turkey this." He goes,
It's true, like
he goes, "Just be yourself, turkey."
It's, you know what? Now that you say that, like, I feel like people should be able to go to the store and buy a fucking chicken.
Yeah.
Buy a fucking turkey. Buy a fucking pig. I mean, it makes me sad, but do with it what you will and use it well. Don't like this factory where it's gonna become the size of the house, and then we're gonna like stab it and like take videos of it.
But I always suffered from an allergy that nobody, even the doctors, couldn't figure out what it was, and they would say to me, like, because at first we thought it was chicken, so I would go to the doctors when I was a kid, and they'd be like, "Well, did you eat this?" They would be like, "Try organic chicken," and then it would kind of work, and then eventually I would have the same reaction, and then I went through most of my life eating like just thinking that it was like chicken or whatever, and I would get that same reaction in certain things. And basically, the way I became a vegetarian was when I was first trying to be a vegetarian. I you know how people say if you constantly if you're allergic to something but you eat it constantly, you can kind of overcome it, but you still have the allergy. But they say, like, if you clean your body, if you don't touch it for a while, you can have a bad reaction. I was fucking high when I first started smoking.
I had a bad reaction.
Wait, so I was a vegetarian for like 3 weeks, and I hadn't touched meat at all, nothing. And I bought these pot stickers, and I thought that they were chickenless. And I got all high, and I ran downstairs, and I fucking heated these pot stickers up, and I ate one, and I fucking had like a major allergic reaction to it. And I realized, like, I'm allergic to something in meat, and it's really fucking not good for me. So
was it meat though, or was it like something in it?
Well, that's what the doctor said. It's something that they put on.
And you trust the doctor?
And we couldn't. Well, no, we couldn't figure out what it was. So it's not that I'm allergic to chicken. I'm allergic to something that they put on chicken, and they also.
Hot, and what if it was the sticker?
Well, the thing was there was yeah. What is the connection? Pot sticker. I guess it sticks to the pot.
Proper research. So you didn't do the holistic research, and I think that you should just eat.
Well, no. But the thing is that's why I hate when people interrogate me like, "Oh, you have."
I don't fucking know either.
Like, I don't listen. I don't eat a fucking 7-pound ribeye anymore every day. That was my thing. I would eat fucking.
You feel better?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I always had throat issues. My throat was always inflamed and shit. And it's I feel like a new man.
Your throat was inflamed. I don't know if I've ever heard that.
Yeah. Dude, I can't. There's no way I could suck a dick. When I brush my teeth, I fucking gag. There's no way I could put a dick down there.
Well,
it's impossible.
How long is your toothbrush? What are you putting it?
It's as long as as a regular dick like mine, 2-3 inches. 2-3 inches.
Mm-hmm. So you're like toothbrush.
Yeah, it's like a flosser. I'm just kidding. Everybody knows I'm hung like a Shetland pony.
On to other topics.
Nobody ever gets that joke. You know what a Shetland pony is? It's the fucking miniature ones. Jesus Christ.
No.
Yeah, you used to walk them.
The Shetland ponies are the ones that are no bigger than dogs.
Didn't you walk them or something? You walked them?
I did. I'm glad you brought that up because people don't ever believe that. Tommy might not know that I did that, but he'll know what I'm talking about. One of my first jobs, Tom, when I was real little, my mom had a friend who had a pony up at 63rd Street. Like, you know them, not 63rd, like 70th, the Cobbs Creek, like fucking stables. Yeah. And I used to go get a pony with this pony was like sick. Like, I don't know, dude was like a drug addict that my mom knew, and he would knock up. He would knock up at the house and be like, he knew that we were always ready for work, me or my brother. So he would just knock up and like ask if we wanted to cut lawns or something. And what he used to do was he would go get a pony. And if somebody was having a block party, we would walk the pony to the block party and walk through the thing and charge $1 a ride. And I'd walk the pony around. Pretty fun. But especially not when you're in an urban environment. Are you guys getting drunk and shit? What's going on?
Well,
one bottle of wine.
I'm only 2 beers in. Tommy's yawning.
One bottle of wine, and that's all I had all day. Because I can't drive my car if I drink. And I was.
I am halfway through this bottle of Bullet bourbon.
Nice. Marci fucking slugged down a bottle of wine and was right on to something.
My new wine.
Is that done? Did you kill it? Seriously?
Dude, Marci's a fucking maniac.
Jesus.
Like 7 hours. I drank one bottle of wine. What do you mean that?
Yeah, when I think of wine and like such as exquisite drink like wine, I can't help but also associate it with Snoop Dogg.
Well, I love wine. Like, I didn't love wine for like a longest time.
Wine's great.
I love it.
And then all of a sudden,
headache.
Yeah, it gives you a killer hangover. And
ibuprofen, bitch.
And Adderall.
So like
college.
So Marci's not fucked up, right?
You couldn't get Marci fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked
Trust
up.
me, I've hung with her
because I'm fucked up. So like I want people on my level that
Tom, we're bartending. I would say Marci would probably do like 25 shots on a shift and not.
Okay, so my 21st birthday, I was in school in West Virginia, and I had like friends from home come, and I had like, it was a very big deal because my birthday is in November, so it was like a late birthday. So I was like the last one to turn 21 because I was 17 when I went to college. I'd like borrow 7 bitches 18 IDs to like get into bars, and they still didn't work. So my roommates made me this book with like the shot you took, what time it was, where you were, or whatever, and they had 21 shots listed. It was like made with like this little thing. There was like a hair tie hanging from the coil. It was so cute. And in the back there was like people could write messages. I have it. I read it almost every day. But like it's so funny because like one of my friends in the back wrote, "You took way more than 21 shots." Blah, blah, blah. And like, I think about that night and I'm like, did I want to die? Like, I don't, but like, I know you're like, but like, I don't think I did, but like, did I think I took 35 shots on the night of my 21st birthday and I'm still alive. I would like leave the bar and go and like fall in the street. I remember, but like blacked out. I remember falling in the street and people would have like peel me off. Dude. I threw up on a doorman checking my fake ID and he goes, "Get it together." And I was like, "Go together." And he like lets me in. Like, what was I doing?
Dude, with Marci, that's why I think we're incredible when it comes to bartending is I would go home and I'd be like, oh my God, I'd wake up with like my money in my pocket and shit. I'm like, I was at work.
Yeah, I'm like shitting my money out.
Like,
I made so much money. Like,
I remember one time I woke up with crumbs all over me and like a sandwich in my, and then I had like an $89 bill from Wawa Rural Farms or something. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Everyone ate all this chicken.
I think I used to buy like homeless people shit when I would go in there or something, and I'd come out and I'd be like, $89.
I give them string cheese out of my bag. For a good smile, whatever they're in the mood for.
Dude, I'm almost on my second beer. I might have a third beer. Oh God, my girlfriend's gonna kill me.
Coming back? Like, what's gonna happen? Are we all gonna get like in trouble?
No. I'll just tell her.
Well, Marci's still drinking water. So like, and she drank a full bottle.
This is the only water I've had today, I swear.
She knows how to do it, dude.
Which is fine. I'm not judging. It's fine. That's fine. I've drank. I'm halfway done this. All right. So here we go. So here we go. for the YouTube viewers, I am halfway done a bottle of Bullet.
As a bartender, that's not halfway. It's 0.6.
Oh, that's bullshit.
0.57.
0.57. Do an inventory.
No,
As a bartender that works in,
Oh
in
yeah. They can't see. He's like, it's halfway. Oh,
in
bitch.
old terms, that's 0.5.
Wait, what's Marcy getting? A dildo?
I don't know. I don't know what Marcy's getting anymore. First of all, this is going.
What is that?
Oh, she has a
it's
box.
An Oda box.
She has a box. Yes.
An
Oh.
Oda box. An Oda
box.
box.
She's a box of wine. Box of wine. First of all, this may be one of our longest podcasts because.
Well, I was saying that, Danny, when you were gone, I was like, we should talk like once a week. Like, we should do a thing because I think that it's fun. Like the three of us, we have so much to talk about.
No, Marcy, I literally love fucking chatting with you. You're great. And I missed you. You know what I was thinking about before we did this?
2 streets away.
Before we did this one.
I'm taking a piss.
Yeah.
Be safe.
But I will say this. I agree with you, and I'd love you to come on. I seen that you went on crossing state lines, and I was jealous.
So actually, I didn't. Kara did, and I was like the assistant, like the Googler, Well, that's what I made myself because I was like not invited, but I was like, we're at my friend's house and you're on here, and I was like, what's happening?
But when I heard that, I thought I was like, has Marcy been doing that? I was so jealous.
But then I was supposed to do one. The theme was cats, and Joe and Sherry, who are our friends for everyone, like they do this podcast Crossing State Lines, and I was gonna go and do one. They were gonna come into my house so we could each have a cat to talk about like that, and that was Joe's idea. It was adorable. I'm obsessed with them, but I had to go take this fucking COVID test for this fucking guy that in my job, so I had to cancel with the cat thing. But we're gonna have a whole podcast about cats.
Nice.
But on Kara's podcast, I was like the Googler, and I wasn't asked to be the Googler. I was literally there to tell everyone everything they were saying was wrong. That's what I was doing. And
no, but in fairness too, I'm not jealous. I'm only kidding. I love Sherry. They always treat me nice because I listen to their stuff, and they always.
We talked about you the whole time too.
I know,
and I love that you told me you were like I'm confirming and denying these answers. Yeah. Okay.
But Marcy, yeah, I'd love to have you on anytime you want. It keeps us from talking about politics.
Is that a microphone, or am I touching the volume button? I'm trying to do ASMR. I'm like, it's not a microphone, right? Is it? It's just the volume.
Oh my God.
What's wrong? Are you smelling something? Did you fart? Did you shit? Did Boo shit?
No,
Yeah,
but give me one. No. This sounds I smell like somebody might have lit a fire in their fireplace.
Oh.
But I want to go check. I want to go double check upstairs.
I was expecting
But I'm sitting there thinking in my head, I'm like, and then I'm thinking I'm going to walk away and be like, no, let me go see something. No, it's not shit. But I want to.
I have a funny story about shit when you get back.
I want to go. Yes, I'll be right back.
Oh.
Cheers.
Oh.
Cheers to that, bitch. How was your pee-pees?
It was long. It was
long.
Yeah, it's
like Tom Hanks, League of Their Own and shit. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, I love that movie. Did he
remember
take
he
a
like pees and oh my God, there he's like he pees
yeah.
for so long.
Oh yeah.
They're
yeah.
like timing him.
That's
None
actually
of that would fly.
That's me on an everyday basis. Like I feel
amazing. So what I do is I pee, and like when I do the other one too, like the shitting. I'm like whispering into my volume button only. I don't think I have a microphone on it. It has to be because I have headphones on. Is it louder when I do that? Is it louder when I do that?
No. Yeah, it's louder.
It's not? It is?
Yeah, it's louder, but like
So can you hear me licking that?
Oh yeah. That's
cool.
So people are gonna use some pants. People are gonna get real turned on that. But first of all,
I'll save that story for later, but I'll tell you my other shit story now.
Yes.
Okay.
So last night I was working right at the bar, and all these when you're on the other side of the bar, no matter what, like you're like so 6 feet away. Generally, it's only when I'm wearing a mask, but that's a different story. So and everybody's like, I smell shit, and I'm like, huh? Because like, what are you talking about? Like, no one generally says that to me. So when you say I smell shit, I'm assuming there's shit somewhere, but I also can't smell it. I was like I was like trying so hard, but I wasn't trying that hard because there was shit. So
where was the shit?
I was bartending, and like, so on the other side of the bar, there's like a foot rail that goes around like this. And one of our friends came in and he was standing over here and he's like, I smell shit too. Like, two of my regulars sat at a table, like all the way over there. And I was like, what are you guys doing? They're like, smells like shit. And I was like, huh? And then somebody sitting next to him was like, smells like shit. And I was like, huh? And then this guy that was sitting there is actually one of our good friends. And I was like, did you shit? And he's like, what? So I know he didn't, because I made him like basically take his pants off. But then one of our other friends came in and he actually turns his, this is how hard I tried. I was like, no. And he turns his flashlight on and he's like, I see the shit. And I was like, oh, that's very convenient that you turned a light on and you see shit. So there's like poop.
Where?
On the foot rail, it's like dry as fuck. Like, it's been there for days. Like, I don't even know.
Somebody pooped there the last time they were open.
So then whoever was sitting in the chair, it was like, there's like this thing at the bottom of the chair, you know, and like only like these rails in the front. So it's like as if it was on somebody's shoe, but it was as if it was on somebody's size 8,000 shoe. And they stepped in human, alien, and animal shit. And they purposefully left it at the bar. Like, I was like, I don't even understand. So at the end of the night, like, you know how you have to like put the chairs up, take the trash out, whatever. Like, I was there 2 extra hours because I was stressing out about the shit. So I took this like chair outside and like scrubbing it. And I was like, what a great time. There's my masks that I have. And I'm like double gloving. I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Coco, for all these things. And I'm like,
there's nothing like 3 bartenders looking at each other going like, yeah, there's shit there. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, there is.
So
and they're really looking at each other going, who's picking it up?
Like, it's shit. I was like, why would you think there's shit? They're like, whatever. I think someone shit their pants, whatever. And I was like, if anyone actually had looked all night, there's actual shit on the shit. So I go outside, I'm fucking cleaning it, and I make our friend that was still there with me like, well, I was like, do you smell it now? Do you smell it now? I made him walk around for 10 minutes trying to see if he smelled shit. And the bartender this morning, I was like, do you smell shit? I told her the whole story. And she said she didn't smell it when she got behind the bar, but when she sat down to have her meal afterwards, she smelled shit. I was like, that's terrible. So seemingly it's still there. Well, how about last night? It fucking like, so now I have to clean it tomorrow morning.
So Tom, you wouldn't. Insane. You wouldn't know this guy, but you might have seen the video. You know the video of the old man that I posted on Instagram where he's coming out of the elevator and I'm like, you need a cab. And he's like, well, I'm drunk. Well, anyway, it's his old man, Dave. He comes in the bar. Oh, so he's fucking insane. Okay. That one of my favorite moments with old man was I drove him home. Okay. He's like 80. Okay.
No, he's at this point probably 84.
Yeah, so
we've missed a couple of his birthday is St. Patrick's Day.
And he's basically like, you would think he's homeless, but in the daytime you'd think he's a businessman. And he comes in the bar and like I said, quick little thing to give you an example of the kind of guy he is. I fucking drove him home one night because he was all drunk and he lives at a nursing home. And I let him outside and I said, are you sure you can get in and all? He said, yeah, I'm fine. And he stood outside.
Oh my God, it sounds like
He just started screaming up at the nursing home, Mom, throw down the keys. So he's insane. So
he's shitting his pants. Probably.
Well, wait, no. So one time he smelled like shit, right?
One time.
So everybody.
All the other times, I'm sorry, he smelled like urine. So
but so we kind of take care of the guy because I don't want like sometimes you'll have like a new manager and they're like, "What's this old man doing in here?" And you want to like get him out without getting in any trouble. So everybody was like, "He smells like shit," and I'm like, "Yeah, he's all right."
And you're like.
Yeah.
And then you run away and you're like,
well, wait, I pulled him to the back bar. Marci, I went, Dave, come here. He's like, what? I said, did you shit your fucking pants?
Yeah, so?
No, you know what he said? It was the best answer ever. I looked at him and he just was staring at me. And I'm like, I said, you shit your fucking pants. Then you fucking shit in your pants. And he goes, Marci, I was like, did you fucking shit in your pants? And he looks at me and he goes, gets me a seat on the bus.
What? Gets me a seat on the bus.
In other words, nobody wants to sit next to him because he shit his pants.
Oh my God. So he
gets me a seat on the bus.
This is
Dude.
a man that like chews on cigars, doesn't smoke them, eats them, like chews them. And you have the same cigar for the next like 2 weeks. He's like, he's a magnifying glass. That he like, I have this big, great, amazing picture, like looking down. I'm like, guess who's sitting at the bar? It's fucking Dave. He's a mess. We've like talked to his family. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we all like sometimes when we all talk during this Coco shit, we're like,
He's
who's
not
talked
allowed
to
in any
Dave?
other bar in Baltimore.
And you know, he was banned for a year. And literally one day I see his little head. He was like, and I was like, hi. And I ran over to the door. I think I picked him up and carried him to the bar while he was shitting his pants and put him on a seat. And I was like, you can
Tom,
stay.
So
I
the
was
dude,
like, let's drink vodka.
the dude's
and-
like normal 90% of the time,
And he
but
was like, hey, I'm allowed in. And I was
but
like,
he,
oh.
but we all stick up for him, and he always gets us in trouble. And like he does shit like this. Like he was standing next to some like a chubby girl at the bar, and they were talking for a little bit, and she's like, "Oh, hey, you know, everybody will be." He's nice at first, and then all of a sudden he just looks at her.
Generally.
He just looks at her, and he goes, and I'm like, "Dave, what's wrong?" And the girl was like playing with him for like most of the night, and he looks back over at her, looks at her again, looks away, looks at me, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, Dave,
You're like, fuck.
please. And she's all giggly, like, you know, oh, look at this cute old man. He looks at her and goes, too fat.
Oh my God. I actually think I have 2 of those on video. And also one of our friends was holding a baby and he goes, and she's like from Egypt. And he goes, what are you, a gypsy? You stealing babies?
Oh, he's horrible.
And he's like been in this bar. One time he actually sat for a long time and talked to these 2 older people. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, look at them all like buying each other a drink. Oh, but her drink, whatever. And then suddenly I walk by and I hear the word Holocaust and I was done.
Yeah,
and I said, Dave, you know what? And I see their faces go. And it turns out he's telling the woman that she looks like she just left a concentration camp. And I took whether I'm a Jew or not, I said, Dave, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
What else was I mean, if they weren't there, I'd be like, Dave, you can't.
The amount of shifts that I've walked in and people go, Dan, you got to go get Dave. You gotta get him
well,
out.
I do too. I go, I'm so glad you're here. Please get him.
Yeah.
And
Then I walk over.
You've been like, I don't want to. And I'm like, fine, I will.
No, but I'll walk
I think that
over.
happened once.
And my favorite thing that he does, because he listens to me. He's like,
Well, You and
generally.
and the guys.
So
Okay.
so I walk over to Dave and I just look at him and he has this thing with me because he knows that I say I used to say to him, like, dude, you're funny, you're cool in the beginning, and then you turn into a fucking asshole.
He
So
knows it.
So I
Born
walk
that
over,
way.
I walk over to him and he'll be standing there. There'll be like a couple wide-eyed, like, can't believe he just said something. And I look at him and I'm like, Dave, and he goes,
I know.
no sense of humor.
He goes, what? And then he goes, oh.
Oh, he barks too. Yeah, he's a barker.
So then to make it normal, I look back at him and I look at everyone at the bar and I go, oh. And then everyone thinks that he's my grandfather and I carry it along because I don't want to not get tipped.
And this was not funny, but I still love the way he always answers great. His name's Dave Parker. So when I first met him, I went, Dave Parker? Any relation to Peter, which is Spider-Man? And he goes, I played him in cards once. Tom, he belongs at your nursing home. You would have a fucking field day with this dude.
Love him. He's like, I have a screenplay. I'm like, what's it about? Like, he is something fucking else,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
He-
we've collected a couple of them, but he's
He
a big
tells
one.
everybody I can sing because one time we went to a bar.
But you also can, so knock it
but
off.
we went to a bar.
Sing now.
That's what he does. Sing one. And sometimes he won't leave until I do. So there'll be a couple there. Like, what is going
so you
on?
Take Dave out. Is that what you're saying? You take him out to other bars. You hang out with Dave?
I've hung out with. I took Dave to fucking Washington D.C.
I know you took him, and Joe, didn't they drive to like Atlantic City or some shit?
Yeah, and he's a horrible
Every time I go,
guest.
Dave, he's like, I'll take us. And I go, well, where's your car? He goes, I lost it. And like, I asked him thoroughly that story, and he legitimately has told me all these details for me to believe that he's actually lost his vehicle and he doesn't know where it is.
Yeah, it's a true.
I'm like,
story.
I actually believe you, bro. Like, are you okay? And he's like, I don't give a fuck.
He inherited a car, and
He
had
lost it.
He didn't have a license, so I told Dave. I told this old dude. I said, listen, it was a Cadillac.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I'll fucking buy the car off you. I said, and we'll wait until you get a fucking license and
I'll
all.
drive it somewhere.
So he kept telling me for months, I'm getting another. I said, Dave, they're going to take your fucking car. It was like a brand new Cadillac. And like one of the new Cadillacs, like the fucking $60,000 Cadillacs. And I kept saying, Dave, let's go get the car now. And nah, I'm going to get it. He kept thinking I was trying to fucking steal the car off him or something. And then I turned around and I said, what? I said, whatever happened with that Cadillac? He's like, I don't know where it is. He doesn't know where it
so
is.
To this day. So to this day. I can't.
Tom,
We need to call him. Is Tommy
I'll call him right
okay?
now. I'll call him right now. Let's see if he answers.
Tommy,
But keep
Yes.
talking.
Yes.
are you sleeping?
No, I'm here. I'm just
Where's your dog?
she is currently on my couch.
What's her name?
Bella.
What kind of dog is it?
She is a Bichon Maltese mix.
Cool.
So she's totally gay.
No, like
Wait,
her and Danny
wait.
are in a relationship. We're calling Dave Parker.
I hope he answers.
Oh my God, I'll die.
Um,
Meanwhile, my cat's over here looking at me like I think she wants to kill me.
yeah, like,
He's
like
either sleeping or dead. I hope he's not fucking dead for the sake of me saying that. But let's leave. No, don't leave him a voicemail. Don't leave him a voicemail.
so
You guys are drunk. I
Joe
got a
Brady
two-beer
would leave him
buzz
a
on.
voicemail. No, Joe Brady would leave him a voicemail.
I would leave him a
We
voicemail
don't-
too. I talked to Dave.
He's not gonna fucking listen to his voicemail. I guarantee you he listens to his voicemails 2 years later.
How he wouldn't know how to listen to his voicemails.
He goes, he'll hand me his phone, which by the way is like this little thing that's like this big. It's like this thing. And I'm like, it's a flip phone. And I'm like, what? And he goes, why doesn't it make noise? And then the next day he'll go, why is it making so much noise?
No, my
Why?
favorite.
What is this tone? And it's
Dude,
the loudest
is he
tone ever. And I'm like,
is he English? Why does he have an English accent?
Oh
is
yeah.
he like doing
Is
like
he-
a
is-
it was
is
me
he
doing an
British?
80-year-old accent. It was me doing an 80-year-old accent.
Well, no, you know what I love to doodle? No, Marci, you ever see me do this? Every once in a while, I'm like, Dave, why don't you listen to me? Do I need to talk to you like an old bartender? And I'll go, hey there, buddy. You get one right in the kisser there, buddy, if you keep it up, eh?
And he'll go, huh? And then I'll like sit.
Dude,
It's so funny. And I'll be like, I'm getting security. And like when our old manager, this huge Irish guy would come, I'd be like, I'm getting security. I'm telling you right now. He'd be like, oh, what are you going to do? I was like, Dave, like, honestly, I love you. I'll do anything for you. But I won't do this. And then dude would come out or I'd tell him Sarah was going to, I'd be like, security's going to be here soon. She'd be like, this. And he would go.
No, you have to.
And then Danny would get there and I go, take him outside. And he'd be like,
dude.
And meanwhile, I'm like, hey, let's have some shots. I'm the one that let him in after he was banned. I was like,
The
I was
worst,
like through the wall, like, hey.
the worst part though is it's like what you said. Like he gets like weirdly like
I'm like
racist
scared.
and shit. Nobody gets.
If he does something like that, that's the only time.
Yeah.
I go, no.
But see, I know what he's
And
doing.
he goes, I know.
But there'll
I'll
be
see you in
like
2 months.
there'll be like two Jewish people at the bar, like you said, Marci.
It's that Holocaust day. I
Yeah,
was like,
but he'll walk over and he'll go like, "What's your number?" And like, and I'm like, I know what he means by that. He's being
talking about your
racist.
number.
And the
Yeah.
person will be like, "Oh,
They're
what
like,
did he say?"
"Anything
And I'm like, "Oh, nothing."
said
Dude,
about
get the fuck out.
Yeah. And he's like, what number did you get tattooed on you when you were in the Holocaust in the concentration camp? And you're like, well, it was either question 1 or question 2 was
Yeah.
gonna happen, and they were gonna figure it out. So it's time for me to. And then people look at you like, I'm like, do you want your fucking drink or do you want me to get him out of here? Pick one. Just pick one. Yeah, very weird.
Tommy, where's that bourbon at?
It's halfway gone.
Samesies. Is it 0.5?
It is halfway.
Is it 0.47?
Actually, this might be a little bit more than 0.5.
It's like 0.53
No, that's
or 7. 0.6.
point.
I don't know.
Wait, Marci.
I was trying to look at it a proper way.
Yeah, it's about 0.5, maybe a little bit less.
Just a little bartender tidbit for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about. That's how you do inventory as a bartender.
It's a 0.1, 0.2.
Even at retirement homes, we do 0.5.
Oh, do you?
Yep, we do the same thing.
At a lot of jobs I've been working, I don't know when they do inventory.
Which
No
like,
one's told me. They just go, stop selling so many beers and not ringing them in. I'm like, okay. So does that mean you're not counting the liquor? Like, I
Well,
don't know. I'm like,
you know what's
I just,
sad?
you got to figure out every place's system. Not that I'm trying to steal whatever. Like, honestly, I'll ring in bombs that I buy for people and I'll pay for them at certain places. It just depends. Like, I'm in your house. I'm going to do what you want me to do.
But wait,
Tell me, I want to buy somebody fucking vodka. Tell me how to do it.
but
Are
what's
you
sa-
buying it or am I buying it? But sometimes like places don't do it at all. And I'm like,
what's sad
I
is
don't want to get fired.
it took me
7 years
fucking
later, they're like,
it took me 30 years to realize it, but like they don't really want any real input. So
I know.
So your best bet is to just go,
Crazy.
okay, yeah, and just continue to do exactly whatever the fuck it was you were doing until the next time they say it again.
Yeah.
Because the first guy that says, well, I've given out 4 drinks, you gave out 4 drinks today? It's like, no.
I go, well, you told me to give out 7. So am I
Yeah.
in trouble or am I in trouble for not giving 7 or giving well?
You're better off just going, no, I do everything right.
Yeah. I just go in and I'm like, especially starting this new job, I'm like, I literally, every time they say something, I don't know, I literally go, I'm in your house. And I would like for you to tell me how you'd like for me to act. and I'll suck your dick.
Yeah, well, that's why you get away with it. They're like, well, Marci,
And they're
doesn't
like,
suck my dick, so.
and I'm like, cool. Yeah.
I should try that. Like to my guy managers, like I'll be like,
I'm like,
hey, just saying, I really would like to get that Friday shift.
you know,
I'll suck your dick.
Just say it. Don't. That makes everyone comfortable. Will you do me a favor? Do that again without the go. Do it, Danny. Do it without the. Yeah,
I'd
I'm
really
There's
like that
all that
Saturday shift. Maybe if it opens up, I'll suck your dick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I got a boner.
Yeah.
Marci's fucking super excited.
I got to get into this fucking whatever
Nah,
you call
like-
it business.
I
Not
agree.
the sucking dick business. Dude,
No, it's the
would you
verbiage.
be,
The verbiage business.
remember when phone sex was a job? Is it still a job?
I don't know, but
It's
I
gotta
feel like when we were teenagers, there was like you can call in to like group
Party line.
party lines. Yeah.
What is
Hey,
that?
I'm on the
Yeah.
party line.
Yeah.
It would-
What's
you
that
would,
song?
no, it wasn't phone sex, but the party line was
Yeah.
you would call up
But yeah, you would call
and
there was
you
a-
would just randomly be entered into a conversation
Did
with
I
like
do that?
random people. You definitely did.
I think I've erased my brain. I will tell you something I did do. I used to call it- yeah.
sex.
It's a perfect thing. You know, the 1-800-sex, whatever. Like
Yeah.
I was totally in high school and I totally called those numbers. And we had one line in our house. Like it was me and both of my brothers and my parents and whatever.
Yeah.
And I would call. And
Are
if
you
my
all
dad,
alone and
my
looking
dad
for
would take
some
the phone
hot
and
girls to
go,
hang out
Marci, I
with?
need a phone because he wanted to like go online or something and probably look at fucking porn and jerk off, which is fine. But like I didn't know. So I'm
Yeah.
doing it right now. So I would be on the phone thinking he's not picking up because I didn't get a cell phone until I was like 18 because I don't know. And I would be like, literally like, and what you could do was send messages back and forth without actually having to talk to somebody. I'm assuming that like whoever paid our phone bill paid for it. Thank you, Daddy, for letting me get off. But I would be like, hey, man. And they'd be like, hey, man. Like, ugh. But it was like, and then my dad would be like, Marci, get off. And I'd be like, ah. But it was definitely in the
Yeah.
middle of that. Like he had to know what I was doing. We never talked about it, but I've never talked to anybody about this actually. Like I totally called those numbers. Like, didn't we all?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I used to call, and the funny part is
And I totally got myself off. I
But-
just like don't remember how good it was.
no, but I would call. Like, it's funny how you could
It's
be
disappointing.
embarrassed, even though it's like you'll never.
And I'm not like I like talking about this now.
No,
because
but-
it's like, did we all do this?
No, but I would call up and like get all nervous and shit and hang up.
Oh, it like
Yeah.
I'm sure I do that too, but like it like let my free flag fly. I was like-
Really?
I was like, hi. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think I don't think I left messages. Like if I did, like I didn't know how to be as good of a dirty slut as I am now.
Were you a slut when you were younger, Marci, or just now?
That's what I'm saying. Like this is all going through my brain. Like let's figure this out together. I don't know.
Fucking
I think
dirty
I was.
pig.
but
I know the first time I got off, I was in 3rd grade. I know that.
Really?
What-
Yeah, I had this doll that was like it was like a
No.
doll.
Guy doll or girl doll?
It was a girl. She had a fucking bonnet on.
Did you
I don't even-
like chicks when you were younger?
Yeah, totally. I know.
Really?
I know I did. Yeah, but
When did you do your first
But I
lesbian
would like totally
thing?
like. I was in high school because I like didn't, you know,
Yeah.
I had like friends. Wait a minute.
And they didn't know. They're like sleeping over. You're like,
No,
hey,
no.
let's eat some fucking Tostitos and stuff and hang out. And
I told you about Alyssa Tapper earlier. The same girl. We were in 5th grade and I would sleep at her house. She had a trundle bed and one of those TVs with the VCR in it. It was white. You know what I'm talking about? And she had like a fan. I remember, and we'd be like sleeping. She was here. I was on the trundle bed that's like up. We were doing a sleepover. And I remember she was like massaging my back, saying my boyfriend's name a whole bunch. And then I would massage her back. I think we did 30-second intervals or something. I totally actually think I probably got off them, but I didn't know it. But I know that I did in 3rd grade when I would like fucking like, like hump, which is one of my least favorite words. But I humped my girl doll, and I would put like a sock in a long body pillow. Like I know I did that. I never talked to anybody about this ever, but I did that. And I couldn't process it at the time, I'm sure. Like, but now I think about it and I'm like, I've been a slut since I was born. That's my answer.
I was in high school. I'll tell you something real dirty. And
I just told you.
Well, it's not real dirty.
May as
but
well show you my boobies.
So for some reason, when your dick would get hard in school, my dick. It's
the same as a girl getting her period in school.
No, but here's the thing.
Probably.
It would like it used to rub. Like, here's what's so funny, because I've actually thought about this later in life, and I can't even it just shows you how different your fucking sensitivity is when you're younger.
Right.
So my dick would get hard and it would like rub on the side of my leg, and it would like I would start getting so fucking hard, right? So I used to actually sit there and like kind of rub my fucking, like I'd go like up, like put my leg up and down, right? And I've came in my pants from doing that, right?
Not. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. I think I read more about guys getting off when we were younger than girls. Like I never read a word about girls getting off.
I shit you not. I'll never forget my teacher. Like I was like in my own world, like doing that. And all of a sudden my teacher went, Mr. Bender.
I wonder like what do you think your face
he literally
like?
said, he literally said, and no one understood it, but I understood it. He went, you were like, Mr. Bender, do you think you can pay attention before you reach orgasm? And I was like, what? Oh, my teachers were nuts.
What grade were you in?
He literally he didn't say orgasm. He said in your state of ecstasy or something like that. And I was like, and people were just laughing like as if I was sleeping, but I know that he knew. He was like, he was like, that kid's about to come. I was probably like 13.
13 is what, like 8th grade?
I was like a freshman in high school.
So mine was 8th grade, but I never remember.
Mr. Bender, you think you can pay attention before you?
But you know what's weird? I did all that in elementary school, and then when I got to middle school, like I made out, and like I still have my, like girls kept little notebooks where you write notes to each other and fold them into a little football. I still have all of mine, and I've read them, and I'm like, we were like, LOL, GTG, what are you wearing, Julia's? Like nobody was, and when we talked about, we had like a rating scale for boys, and like, but I did not fuck one.
No, you just made me think. In
middle school, I was like into myself, but like also into everybody else, but more into myself. Like I came, then I went to middle school and probably smelled like a farm animal, and then I got to high school and became like a whore, and then so my first experience was Alyssa with the massages. Then the summer between high school and college, my friend licked my boobies. Oh, so that's my answer to that question. Carry on.
Marci, when you were saying your little note things, I just couldn't help but picture, like, imagine going back now, like with the mind you have now, and like they're passing notes back and forth, like, will you lick my boobies or something? Where'd you go? And
I'm here.
What if it was like, do you like me? Do you like this? Do you like back and forth? And then you just hit him with one like, can I shove my dick in your throat?
Yeah. You know what's funny? I still have them, and I send them every now and then because I'm like friends with all those girls that I was like BFF with in 6th grade. We're like, oh my God, love your baby. Like, love your cats. You're so pretty. And it's cute.
But and they get in their own little circle and they're like, she's a whore.
No. They don't really know me. But like sometimes I take pictures of our little notebooks and like, look at this. And I should add a page in that just says like, will you let me lick your vagina and put squares and like put them saying yeah, like just to like fuck with
Yeah,
them.
and show it to them. Do you remember when
Be
you
like,
did
remember
this?
when you said you would do this? And then remember 7 years later we did it, and they'll be like, because there's so much shit. Like, how much did you not? Like,
Dude.
I remember so much. What do I not remember?
Yo, I had
You know
a
what I
kid.
mean?
I had a dude down here.
Fuck with people,
No,
yo.
no, like and this isn't like dirty or anything. And dude, I forget how Tom, you might even know this guy, but it was so funny because it would like, but I'll just never forget. This dude was like looking at me.
my pants.
This dude was looking at me all weird in Baltimore, and it's a guy we both know. You know Craig that runs the hair salon. Well, his wife is from Southwest Philadelphia, which is where me and Tommy are from. And her cousin came down one time and was at the bar, and he just kept looking at me all weird and shit. And I was like, why is this fucking dude looking at me so weird? And I walked over and he was like, yo, are you Danny Bender? I was like, yeah. Why?
What a good name.
I was so confused. And he goes, you probably don't remember me, but we were best friends in first grade. I was like, I don't remember you. But
why do you remember him, Danny?
Well, here's the thing. He was
good story, but
this is why it's interesting in a sense. I always have this memory of this kid that I got in trouble in first grade because we were such good friends that I got in trouble because we did some fucked up shit to somebody else. And then like we got separated in school, but then I would always think, who was that?
So that was him.
Well, he moved to South Philadelphia the next year. So that's what was interesting was like, I always wondered where the dude went.
Right.
So I don't know how I went from like you saying you were fucking your friends to me talking about
No, because I was talking about like stuff you remember, like the notebooks, like stuff you remember. But I'm like, I remember so much, but what do I not remember? And I know that sounds fucking weird, but it's like, as I go on, like I'm remembering things that we're talking about in this conversation that I haven't talked to anybody about in like 20 years. You know what I mean? Like it's so crazy stuff that'll like appear in your mind. Like, what do we not remember about our childhood? Like, I don't remember everything I did yesterday. What the fuck do I not remember when I was like,
well, now that I'm older,
17, or when I was like 12, or when I was 7, like what the fuck was I doing? But I keep these little journals, and it's funny. It'd be fun to fuck with somebody. Like
Marci, this is how sad my life has been under COVID. This is a real question that at first it was a joke. I would say it like a joke. At some point every day, I have a real dialogue in my head where I say, "What day is it?"
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
like
say it to
a real day.
I say it to at least 7 people a day. Yeah. They ask me, people ask me questions, and my answer genuinely, like 90% of the time, I say, "What day is it?" They're like, "What kind of cereal do you eat in the morning?" I go, "What day is it?" They're like, did you like, what did you do earlier? And I'm like, "What day is it?" "Do you have to work later?" I'm like, "What day is it?" Like, "Did you feed your cats today?" I'm like, "What the fuck day is it?" I swear, it's like, it's actually crazy you said that. It's funny because that's all I've been talking about is what the fuck day it is.
Yeah,
and I actually right now don't know. Actually, it's Saturday night, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I know that because I've already had the dialogue in my head.
Saturday night. Yeah.
This is Saturday night. Did you have a good Saturday night with us?
Oh, yeah. I had a great day at work, and I was like so excited to come hang out with you guys later.
I think Tommy passed out.
Tommy, I have a question. Hello?
Tommy!
Tete, mama, yee. He's gone. We should do like a marathon where we can see how long we can like talk.
Dude, you know what I want
now, but
well, you know what I'm getting. What I'm trying to get is, I just ordered this thing to my house where I can take phone calls on the podcast.
Yeah,
and I want to fucking, I'll crank call people.
We should
I don't even care.
We should also like have some of our pals call, or like have people call and like chat.
Yeah, well, the thing that
Emma was here now, or like Sarah or Joe.
Yeah,
like, we should do that.
Well, the thing that I think would be cool is you can go live, right? So you can go on these things and you can go live,
right?
And then what happens?
How many have you guys done now?
Well, we've done like probably 30.
It's awesome. I was gonna say 30 something.
Well, I was telling Tommy, like, we'll probably get there by this week, even though it's not, when you think there's 30, it's not that amazing, but it's actually a big milestone to hit. We almost have we'll have 1,000 downloads total by like
right
couple days, which is pretty cool.
I love that.
Keith.
Oh God.
Tommy, what happened?
Oh my
Where'd you
God.
go?
I forgot I was peeing. That was so long ago.
I didn't know he was peeing.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah,
pee.
you said it.
I'm gonna go get my I'm gonna go get my last beer of the night. You guys start talking about vagina. Right back.
Yes, I had a pee because I'm fucked up.
How did it go?
It was great, but I'm fucked up.
But
So-
how could you feel by like the way you walked or the way you pee? Or neither or both?
Wait, what?
How could you tell you were fucked up?
I can tell that I'm fucked up because I'm fucked up. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just lost Marci.
We
That's
lost her
fine.
for real, for real? Oh shit, I
Well-
just cracked a beer.
Well, Marci says, how do you know that you're fucked up? I don't know. And I was
Oh,
like,
she's back.
"Oh,
She's
but
back.
I'm fucked up. So
What
that's how that goes.
what happened, Marcy?
I got lost.
Yeah. Because
Well, I just
Marci-
cracked the beer, so don't leave at least until I crack this. Until I
No, that's not. Did you think that I left? You little
Yeah.
bit.
I was
Danny, I have
Gets
stood
me a
at
seat
bar
on the
talking to
bus.
Until 7 in the morning.
What'd you say?
I have one time, the latest Danny and I ever stayed at the bar. We stayed until 7 in the morning talking. You were drinking a Saratoga. That's how long ago it was. And you were drinking like 17 Saratoga bottles of water, which we had a very long time ago. So it was a long time. And you were like, I don't even know what you were talking about, but I was like,
I love how as we got older and hung out, I still always felt that like you'd be looking at me like, I think this guy's gonna try and have sex with me. And I've had to always tell you,
yeah, I
like,
mean, you definitely tried a million times.
yeah, but I used to tell you like later on in life, I'm like, I don't care. Like you could get naked in front of
yeah, man, I'm very happy with
me.
That makes me happy.
like I'm living vicariously through Nanny the fact that
No, we're not gonna fuck, and neither one of us want to. There was a time that I think we both wanted to do it.
Oh,
And,
Yeah.
well, he did, and then I
You
did for a
fucking did. I
while.
seen it in your face.
and then what?
we used to make out all the time, like, but we
just never got. Well, I always had a girlfriend or something. We'd be making out. My girlfriend's gonna hear this. And,
And I was like, "Don't you want to just be my boyfriend?"
no,
He was
but
like, "Ugh," and I was like, "Ugh."
uh,
And now we're here,
yeah, now we're here.
All right.
and I love it. I love.
Well, I also
It's
always
nice.
loved the friend
I don't really know how I feel about this, but
when you can
You know how
have
we
it.
made out.
Yeah, we fucking.
all right,
How
see,
we called
all right,
it.
all right. Well, like that's cool. Like I'm jealous that you guys all made out.
Are you jealous of me? Or are you jealous of Danny?
I'm jealous that I wasn't part of this polyamorous relationship. That
So what you're confirming from our last talk was that you and Danny would totally fuck me together.
absolutely like
I think we talked about that, but would you?
yeah, like
Think you wouldn't?
I'm just jealous of this whole situation. Like I wish I
No,
lived in
no,
Baltimore.
hello.
I wish I was in
No.
Baltimore and made out with hot chicks and made out with and like new Ukrainian girls that I could
Oh
just
my God, I
Yeah.
know you met Oricia.
yeah, like that's
Alicia.
How? Oh my God, I can't wait to watch. I didn't watch
That's
it.
what I mean.
It's the worst.
She's so funny.
One of my
dude.
favorite humans in the entire world.
Mm.
Like you struck gold with that bitch, Dan. She's incredible.
Danny boy, Danny boy.
Tom, was that your first time meeting her?
yes, technically yes, it was.
Ugh, she is on a pedestal for me for sure.
She's gold. She's golden.
She is.
She's golden.
She
Tony
really,
boy.
she's such a beautiful, amazing human, and she's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my fucking life.
Yeah.
And no matter what language she speaks, no matter how I speak a language or say something, she knows exactly what I'm talking about all the time.
And she's
I'm
another
obsessed with her.
she's another person that Marcy will contend to this too. Like she dude, like that's like my fucking best friend in the world, that girl. And people would literally be like, yeah, you want to fuck her. I'm like, I don't.
I questioned it a couple times, and then I very quickly was like, oh no.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to bang her.
Yeah, but
Oh,
what I'm
no,
saying
I-
is I
I
have
love
such a
that.
different relationship with her. Like she is such my friend that
Yeah.
and it's always been that way. Always been that way.
So do you know I told her about me and this whole thing, like the poly stuff? I told her.
And what'd she say? Oh my God.
She had so many. I told her like over service bar, over us like garnishing a drink together. We were like touching the same lime at the same time. I was like, by the way.
Was she into it?
No. She was just like, oh my God.
Oh no, it's scary.
Serve this drink and I'll be right back. And I'm like,
I'll
be right here, bitch. I just love her so much. She is so funny. I was like, because I can do this and talk to her and be myself, and how her language barrier I haven't unsolved yet, because I can say anything. I talk fast, I say all this shit, and she's one of the only people in the whole world that knows what I'm talking about.
Can I tell you why?
It's crazy.
I'll tell you why.
Her language, I don't know what it is.
No, but can I tell you why she can understand you? But because she used to say to me when she lived with me, remember, I'm like one of the first people that she like associated with. She used to constantly tell me how much it helped her understand people's, because I talk fast and like like with my accent or some shit.
I just how you said that too, yeah.
But that's why I love her too. If you ever notice, all of the things that I can't stand that I do, like, you know what I mean, or fucking, in other words, like she will say to people,
say this. What does this mean? And I'm like,
but she says to people all the time, in other words, I get that from Danny Boy. In other words, but she picked up on all my little things.
You went on vacation or you went somewhere and she goes, and I have cleaned his entire, she's supposed to just be watching her dog. She's literally going over there to let his dog out. She has a key to go, let's go.
Here's how amazing she is.
She's like she goes, I have set up the kitchen, and she's like showing me photos. She's like, is this too much or should I take it away? And I'm like, leave it, bitch. I'm like, can I live?
Dude,
like, no. She's amazing. It's insane.
That's what's so great about her too. Like if she comes over to like watch my dog or something,
I have painted the walls.
I'll be like, look, I'll pay you $100. And when I come back, she'll have like I'll say I'll pay her, but then she'll never take my
wedding is about to happen.
Not only will she not take my money, but she'll spend like $500 on my house and my dog. I'm like,
I've got new candles.
She's crazy.
From Switzerland while I was surfing and skiing.
Yeah, she does
and
everything.
Eating cheese.
The girl is
nonstop. I'm like, no. Why the fuck would I ever eat that, Iris? Like, where'd you get that? She's amazing. I really miss her
she's a good person. She really is. She's just a good person.
Yeah. I like
unless you're her boyfriend. Then she's probably a horrible person.
So that's where we kind of bonded. I was like, guess what I've been doing? She was like, what? She's like, tell me. And it was like when I was leaving Joe, she's like, I had no idea. And I was just like, yeah. And I told her all this stuff and she was just like, so, and she's like talking about things she can do now. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, and then she's all of a sudden actually trying to get me to like marry her husband. And I was like, what? She's like, I have invited friends from the Ukraine and introduced them and I want them to marry him. And I tell him that. And I'm like, and he's still paying for your student loans? And she goes, yes. And I'm like, do you have a magic vagina? Because I thought I did. And like, can you show me? Like, what are you doing?
Dude.
I said, you should stay married and stay happy. Like, you're good.
She has these guys that follow her around. It's insane. She's
trying to have her friends move from the Ukraine to marry him. She said, will you meet him? I want you to marry him so I can leave.
She's talking about her husband.
Yes. I was like, Iris, what?
She's introducing her husband to other girls and saying, marry this guy.
She's introduced him to at least 7 to 17 people and said, will you marry him so I can get a divorce?
I'm so confused.
I'm talking about Iris and her husband.
No, I know, but like I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Exactly.
That's all that was going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's everything's super secretive.
Everything and nothing. Why don't you go to bed? It's time for bed.
All right.
I have to work in like 5 minutes.
In like 5 minutes, me too. Like I have to get up early, but I might call out. I might call out and just say I'm not.
It's 11 o'clock. Stop being a puss.
I could just see all the old people walking to the bar. Is Tommy around?
Tomorrow's the day at the bar. What?
They can't wait, Tom. There's old women. There's old women rubbing the hell out of their vacooters right now.
And they're just waiting for me to show up.
Waiting for Tommy to show up, and you're gonna fucking blow it for them.
I can't because it's already 11 o'clock, right? And
Listen, Papio.
yeah, I'm just sorry.
You have to be there
like,
at 10.
I have to, yeah, but like I have to be there early. And I'm not.
9:58.
I've drank more than a bottle of bourbon. I'm just not. I just feel like I'm not in a position to like really worry about.
Tomorrow's the day that we're basing the rest of our lives on. We need you to go. You fucking 80-year-old, bro.
Yeah, dude.
What the hell are you doing?
I
is
really
going
love.
on?
I really love her enthusiasm.
Mine?
Yeah, I love it. I love your enthusiasm, and I love that
you.
you're being really positive for our viewers right now.
I'm
I'm
being
fucked
positive
up.
for.
But I'm fucked up.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm fucked up.
It's
I'm
good.
fucked up. I'm fucked up. So
We ain't we all, bitch.
Well,
Yeah,
it's good to
I
have.
mean-
Hey,
I mean-
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I got a little fucking buzz going myself. I never did. About my
Danny-
third beer.
Danny's on his
Cheers,
third
Danny
beer.
Bender.
I want to
Cheers,
get in so
Dan.
much trouble. I only asked for
Cheers
one.
me, cheers me. It's been
Hey.
so long.
Yeah.
I only got permission for one. I'm
Danny
in trouble.
only asked.
Danny, cheers.
Danny only asked for one beer. He was like,
Wait, I want beer. Is that
like,
okay?
hey,
We're like,
hey.
whoa.
Yeah, and I could hear it, dude. You guys don't understand what it feels like to have somebody fucking listen to your podcast and be your girlfriend. Because tomorrow I'm gonna be like, oh, so you and Marci were making out and you used to jerk off in high school? Who were you jerking off to?
And Marci got up in 3rd grade. No, Michaela, love you. Everything's fine. And again, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be here. But you're beautiful to me, and I love you. It's true.
Marci, I miss.
Yeah.
I can't wait till everything's normal and we have a normal shift
It's not
behind
gonna
the
be
fucking
normal,
bar.
Danny. So we need to find our own normal soon. But same,
Yeah.
you,
Mm.
miss you. And
eventually, everyone will get along. Marci, your girl, me,
Thank
you.
you.
If everybody was polyamorous, I think we'd have a better world.
Yeah, yeah.
or it would be terrifying.
That's true too. Yeah,
I don't. Oh,
Maybe
just
man.
like one giant gangbang.
One. Yeah, I mean, I feel
Oh my
like.
god, that's one of my fucking like fantasies.
Yeah, like she's in her own world right now. Like I feel like that's
Yeah.
probably the best way to go.
Well,
Without
I always
A
have this.
gangbang.
I always-
That's like one of my dreams.
I always have this
We
theory
can talk
that
about that next week.
with the way the world's working and the way things are going and the way things are getting normalized, one day you'll just walk up to people on the street and be like, "Hey, I'm Dan. Would you mind if I fuck you in your asshole?"
And they'll go, yeah, and they'll
Yeah,
back
no
up.
problem. Hey, like, just
yeah, there's like movies about this shit. It's amazing.
Wide open.
It is.
It's wide
It's
open.
gonna happen.
I
You know
don't.
what? A lot of things are wide
I-
open. You just
I-
need to look for them.
I don't think that's gonna be the case.
With your 80-year-old girlfriend tomorrow.
Tom, there's gonna be. Don't be so down.
video.
Don't be so down on yourself, Tommy. There's
Yeah.
there's some bitch
Tommy,
right
if I
now.
don't get a fucking video of you fucking an 80-year-old tomorrow,
Yeah, there's
I'm calling out from life.
there's
I
somebody
mean,
there's
That's what
somebody
I'm doing.
there's
I'm
somebody
calling out.
dying their roots right now,
Yeah.
dying all the gray out, going, Tommy boy's coming in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look good.
You're gonna take care of
Somebody-
this. I'm gonna
some-
be disappointed.
Somebody is desperate to sleep with me. I am.
Well, guess what? Go take care of business. Knock it off.
I don't even know what to say to
See,
that.
but Tommy's the typical
Don't do
Tommy has
like I'm sitting back, like I don't know what to say to that because
Go fuck tomorrow. Go fuck.
dude, she is right. You got to leave with that positive energy of I'm just gonna fuck
Just take
tomorrow.
the positive. I'll throw you a crystal.
Tomorrow, no matter what happens, I'm gonna fuck.
Yeah.
That's
Everyone
the
say it at the same
attitude
time.
you need to take.
Tomorrow, whatever.
Yeah, everybody out there listening, when you go to sleep, and if you're looking to have a positive energy, you say to yourself, tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to find somebody and I'm going to fuck that person. And you pick whoever it is you want to fuck and you put it in your head. And if
You
you,
go fuck them.
where there's a will, there's a way.
oh wait.
There's
I
a fucking way.
wait. I thought all this positivity was going towards me.
It is. We're gathering the spirits of the humankind and sending them along all of our
Yeah.
journeys.
All right. Well, I'm fine with that. But like, I felt like Danny was like, if you're listening, go into this that you're gonna fuck tomorrow. Like, no, like I need every positive
And
vibe,
P.S.
whatever.
Oh yeah. Anybody walking around, anybody listening right now, when you hear this, I need you to stop down and sit down and just take a moment to yourself and say,
And pray to your God.
Tommy's gonna get fucked today.
Yeah, because there's a good chance that you might get fucked, but we need your
Yeah, we need you to put that fuck juice on
And
Tommy.
if you
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
either
yes,
video
yes.
it or
Yeah.
send a story.
Yeah, we
the
need
fuck-
proof.
That would be very nice.
Yeah.
of you.
We need
Put-
proof.
You're welcome.
Put the
Whatever.
fuck juice on Tommy. Like that's
Put the fuck juice on Tommy tomorrow.
yeah, man. I don't know. Like I
Don't be
know.
so
I
selfish.
wish I could come to you and do that. I wish I was off tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Not
what
like
the
that
hell
way.
is
but
going
I would,
on?
Like, somehow bring you come to that and like that.
What's going on?
What's going on? On
For
that
everyone-
note,
My
cat
doors-
is yelling at
well-
me. I
well,
think
my
Daisy has
doors-
planned my entire fucking murder life. Do you see this?
Yeah. She's like, you've been talking a lot, bitch.
Do you see her? She's been doing that for about 1 hour. She was here earlier going, "Mah!" like making these crazy noises. I picked her like, she just went like this to the camera. I'm
Don't
getting
care.
murdered.
Yeah.
Well, it was cool to talk to you guys for the last time ever that I ever talked to a human.
All
Because my
right.
cat's been about to kill me.
I love you, Marcy, with all
I
my
love you.
heart.
I love you with all of mine.
You're always a good time. That's what they tell me anyway.
And that's what I'll teach you, bitch. Tommy,
Put the fuck juice on Tommy.
go get fucked.
I was like trying to think of a like a good song to sing.
Fuck you.
Go get fucked.
That's a good one.
Get fucked.
Get fucked, Tommy. No.
Get fucked. And that's the song.
Well, what
that
is
what you were gonna say?
no. What is what's the Titanic song?
The what?
The Titanic song?
Yeah, what's the Titanic
My
song?
heart will go on and
Why would you?
on.
Yeah, like I feel
My
like
heart will go
that's
on.
nope. My heart will go on. Is
That's
that
what you
not
want
right?
to say right now?
Yeah,
That's what
that's.
I'm
Who?
saying.
To me or like in general or to
Oh,
people you want to fuck or my cat? Like or
Shit's
to
getting
Dan?
weird.
What?
I'm gonna sing that to you, Marcy,
All right, go. Do it right now.
and then they're gonna go out to
Do
anyone-
it right now.
that's
Go ahead, sing it to Marcy.
It's the one song of every song in the world, you know.
I don't even know how to sing. I have no. That was the first.
This is
All
the.
right. Well, I'll send
Yeah.
you the lyrics.
All right, Marcy, I love you. My Marcy, my heart will go on.
Mine always generally will.
put the fuck juice on Tommy.
That's
All
how
right.
it goes on.
Thanks for having me, kids.
I love you, Marcy. You're the
Love
best.
you so much.
You are the best.
Love you guys.
And I'll talk to you later, Marcy.
Yeah. Adios, muchachos.
Remember though, think about Tommy tomorrow. He's gonna be at the nursing home trying to get
Yeah.
laid.
Yeah,
So, Tommy,
it
what
was-
time you going?
Yeah, very
What time
really.
you going? Okay. I'll be
I don't
by
know.
12,
I might even call. I might even call out because my
Nah.
heart. Yep, my heart will go on.
Well, hopefully your dick will get hard too.
My heart,
Love you, mean it.
my heart's not gonna go.
Love
on.
you. Bye,
Nah,
guys.
See you, Mars.
I don't even-
Oh man, this is an interesting one. I thought you guys were gonna bang,
Oh,
but
I can't even keep up with it. I'm fucked up.
that's all right.
That's fine. That's all
good.
right.
It's
I'm
good.
fucked-
I think that's a good one to have. You need to get fucked up once in a while, dude. I ain't
Um,
kidding. I got a buzz myself.
It's really.
Well, I mean, I'm on my third beer. I'm probably about half of a third beer here. Oh man, that's a lot for me, dude. I don't drink anymore. Trust me right now. And here's the thing: if anybody's like, "What a weakling," trust me right now. I used to fucking throw them back. I'm not saying I've had too much. I've just had more than I normally have because I choose not to have a lot. But I won't lie. I get a little. It'll give me a little buzz when I do it.
No,
But-
no.
But this is my shit, dude. You got to
Yeah.
do the fucking Guinness, baby. That's what I do. And it's like the weakest beer too, so which is great. But anyway, all right, Tom. I guess you're gonna fall asleep on me. So
Yeah, like I'm fucked up.
no. Well, listen, I love you. I hope you get fucked tomorrow. Put the fuck juice on Tommy, and everybody who's listening. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I know we might have got a little drunk or went on too long about fucking senseless topics, but hey,
Yes,
you know what I mean?
We're talking out of our ass.
We're talking out our ass tonight. But anyway, like, subscribe, and give us some love, man. We want some comments. We want some interaction.
Play with our ass. Play with our ass.
Just play with our ass. That's all we can. That's all a guy can ask for.
That's all.
I don't know where that came from, but I really like that. Just play with our ass.
Yeah, that's all I've asked for this whole time. It's just play with our ass. That's it.
I think he's kind of referring to eating the butt, but
no. Although because we come from France.
We come from France. We do. I come from France.
So play with our ass.
All right, dude. I love you. I love you, Tom. For real. You gonna be good?
Yep.
Anything you want to say to our audience besides play with my ass before we go?
I'm out.
All right, guys. Love you, Tom. I love you. I'm gonna end it later, buddy. Play with our ass.